18,000 children under age 15, adult prevalence stands at 1.49%, with 15,290 new infections and 12,614 AIDS-related deaths recorded last year. Encouragingly, virus suppression among those on treatment has reached 90%. Prevention of mother-to-child transmission stands at 99.3%, nearly universal. Yet, treatment coverage remains inadequate. Only 47.5% of adults and 35.8% of children living with HIV are receiving therapy. This treatment gap remains the single largest threat to achieving epidemic control. The epidemic is unevenly distributed across the country. Greater Accra and Ashanti regions account for nearly 40% of all new infections. Adolescents and young adults aged 10 to 24 years contribute almost 1/3 of new cases, with adolescent girls and young women disproportionately affected due to entrenched gender inequalities and socioeconomic vulnerabilities. Key populations including female sex workers, men who have sex with men, people who inject drugs, transgender persons continue to face reduced access to services due to stigma and discrimination. Tackling these inequalities is an essential requirement for achieving epidemic control. Ghana's progress towards the UN AIDS 95-95-95 is as follows. 68% of people living with HIV know their status. 69% of those diagnosed are on treatment, and 90% of those on treatment are virally suppressed. The most urgent gap is treatment enrollment. More than 160,000 people living with or diagnosed with HIV remains untreated. Closing this gap is critical if Ghana is to achieve the 2030 goal of ending AIDS as a public health threat.
Ghana is privileged to host this gathering of global experts, policymakers, researchers, community advocates, partners, and leaders who continue to shape the future of health on our continent. For more than 3 decades, this has been a platform for Africa to reflect, confront hard truths, share scientific breakthroughs, and reaffirm our resolve to end the public health threats posed by AIDS, TB, and malaria. The theme for ICASA 2025 speaks to the shifting global environment. Donor priorities are changing. Fiscal pressures are tightening. Health emergencies are testing our systems. And the space for global solidarity, though still important, is narrowing. In such a moment, Africa must step forward with vision and leadership. We must own our agenda, define our priorities, and build strong, sustainable, self-reliant systems. Across the world, we have witnessed remarkable progress in reducing new HIV infections and AIDS-related deaths. Antiretroviral therapy has saved millions of lives. Innovations such as HIV self-testing and long-acting injectables are driving prevention. Yet, the pandemic persists and progress is uneven. Africa, home to over 2/3 of the global HIV burden, continues to face profound disparities in access and outcomes. While the 95-95-95 targets are within reach for many nations, others remain far behind. In Ghana, Around 65% of people living with HIV/AIDS know their status, and many are receiving life-saving treatment. New infections have steadily declined, and community-led organizations remain the backbone of our response. However, we must not forget that these gains are fragile and reversible. They demand sustained political, financial, and social commitment. Young people, especially adolescent girls and young women, account for a disproportionate share of new infections. Stigma and discrimination remain barriers to testing, disclosure, and adherence. And then comes the difficult test: financing. With global support shrinking, Africa must refuse to let her hard-earned gains unravel. This is our chance to be bold, to rethink, redesign, and rebuild a sustainable financial foundation for the next generation of health security. Distinguished delegates, if Africa is to end AIDS, and I understand, I agree with you, we can end it, we must lead our own response. We must strengthen domestic financing, build regional pharmaceutical manufacturing capacity, enhance disease surveillance and laboratory systems, and empower communities and civil society organizations. Earlier this year, Ghana convened the Africa Health Sovereignty Summit to chart a new path for sustainable financing, domestic manufacturing, and resilience. The message was clear: Africa cannot outsource her health security. Our national approach is anchored in our broader reset agenda. This is a long-term strategy to build a self-sustaining, technology-driven, data-enabled, and equitable health system. And its pillars are the following three. 1, sustainable and predictable financing. A national HIV response sustainable roadmap is being developed to secure domestic financing and strengthen accountability. 2, strengthening universal health coverage. Government has uncapped the NHIS to expand fiscal space for essential health services. 3, what we call the Mahama Cares, a lifeline for chronic conditions. The Ghana Medical Care Trust Fund provides support for citizens living with chronic and lifelong conditions. 4, free primary health care. This initiative, to be launched in January 2026, will guarantee access to essential services for every community, decentralizing care and removing financial barriers. And 5, local pharmaceutical manufacturing. A feasibility study is already underway to enable local production of HIV commodities, vaccines, and essential medicines, thus reducing dependency on external suppliers. Ladies and gentlemen, prevention must remain at the heart of our strategy. We must invest in behavioral interventions, scale up HIV self-testing, expand targeted programs, and prepare to adopt innovations such as the long-acting PrEP. These can change the trajectory of the epidemic, but only if Africa strengthens regulatory and self-delivery systems. Our communities have been the engine of our progress. Therefore, we must strengthen community systems, empower youth-led organizations, and center affected populations in decision-making. Thank you. HIV, TB, and malaria are economic threats, and Africa cannot compete globally with a weakened workforce. The private sector must therefore be an active partner in manufacturing, logistics, digital health, wellness, and of course, financing.
Our highways are getting safer because you've taken on the highway robbers and you have dealt with them. People who rob banks, attack people's residences, you have chalked many victories in bringing them to justice. Let me commend the CID too. In the past, there were many unsolved murders. I'm happy to note that recently, many of the murders that occurred, with good police intelligence, you've been able to bring the suspects to book. And that is why you need to be equipped to be able to carry out your duties. These 40 vehicles are just the first batch of what you are receiving. By the end of this month, you receive 2 tow trucks so that anytime any of these vehicles gets immobilized anywhere, you can go and pick the vehicle and bring it back to base. You will also get 10 covert operational vehicles that I have been cautioned not to talk about. It's only you who will know you have them. In addition, we want to give every police district a normal pickup for patrol duties. And next year, you receive another 100 light armored Toyota LX pickups. Aside from that, national security is introducing drones for surveillance. And so there's going to be a police detachment that will be trained how to use drones for urban surveillance and information gathering in any theaters that you are involved in. And so these vehicles we are commissioning are just the first batch of many that you're going to receive. Many times we send our police, who are the frontline protectors of the public, into assignments without giving them the appropriate safety equipment and instruments to be able to do their work. That is going to be a thing of the past. We will give you the right instruments so that as you do your duty, you also are safe and are able to come back to your families. Many men have died in the line of duty just because they were not properly equipped for the assignments that we ask them to do. And so government will ensure that that becomes a thing of the past. But we gather here this morning for an occasion that speaks directly to the heart of our national mission, the solemn duty of the state to safeguard the peace, preserve stability, and protect every citizen of our beloved republic. Today, as we hand over 40 advanced armored vehicles that comprise 15 armored pickups, 5 Cobra 4 and 20 Cobra 3 special armored vehicles to the Ghana Police Service, we're doing far more than just presenting equipment. We're renewing our covenant with the people of Ghana that this nation will protect its citizens, that peace will be defended, and that Ghana will remain secure, stable, and just. This ceremony is not just simply about machinery and equipment. It is about our readiness, responsibility, and assurance that when danger arises, the state will be there to protect us. The Ghana Police Service stands at the front line of our collective safety. They are the first responders to emergencies. They are the guardians of our community, and they are the shield that stands between law-abiding citizens and those who seek to disrupt our peace. But we cannot ask the police to fulfill this sacred obligation without the essential tools and equipment to do so. Too often we have lost men in the line of duty because we send them on missions and assignments without providing them with the appropriate equipment to ensure their safety. And that is why from the start of my administration, I committed to retooling and modernizing all our security agencies. Today's handing over is a significant fulfillment of that commitment I made. Our security policy is anchored on a simple truth. Peace is not accidental. Peace is built and established through investment, institutional strengthening, professionalism, and vigilance. As we advance the 24-hour economy, as we expand trade and investment, and as we pursue innovation, we recognize that without strong security, development cannot thrive and societies cannot progress. These vehicles have been procured as operational tools, not as symbols. They are designed to strengthen police response in high-risk environments. They enhance officer protection when you engage in dangerous operations. They reinforce patrols in rugged terrain and high-crime zones. They improve convoy, crowd control, and rapid response capabilities. And they give officers the operational advantage that you deserve when confronting violent criminals. Let me state clearly, our dear country Ghana will not surrender a single street, a community, or any public space to criminals today, tomorrow, or forever. To those who insist on disturbing the peace of our nation, whether through armed robbery, organized crime, illegal arms trafficking, or gang activity, our message is simple. The Ghanaian state is ready. The Ghana Police Service is ready. The laws of this republic will deal decisively with anyone who endangers the safety of our people. Security is not only the absence of crime, it is also the presence of justice, accountability, and professionalism. As we expand the operational strength of the police service, we are simultaneously deepening reforms that ensure transparency, discipline, and respect for human rights. And these would include enhancing your training, improved recruitment standards, stronger supervision and internal accountability systems, and modernized command and control structures. The police must not only be feared by wrongdoers, but citizens must also trust the police. And so to the officers who will be operating these vehicles, I wish to address you directly. These equipment are expensive and hard to procure, and so you must use them judiciously and according to the rules. Your safety is important. Always follow the safety instructions. Wear seat belts when you're driving these vehicles so that you protect yourself. These machines are instruments of responsibility to the police service. Use them professionally, lawfully, and ethically, and let your conduct reflect the honor of your uniform and the trust the people of Ghana place in you. I salute the courageous men and women of the Ghana Police Service, those who patrol our streets at night, those who rush towards danger when
Aba Edeba TVXYZ so baby awa wo hwe bibia no na wa wo tie power 97.9 FM membo akwaba Edeba efiri kase so nyamenka hono show ye papa wo baby awa wo hwe baby awa wo tie bia memo bia afishia pa memo bia afio afi baby awa wo tie bia no afisi sei no twedi ampo nyankopon waye okubia akoma so abisade e de amano ma bibia etumi akọ enkan ma mfase na PSA FM wo twedi ampo nyankopon se wa ma fepa atumi akọ abeto yen empo wa wo TV echi a wo hwe wa wo tie radio eye power 97.9 FM wa wo catch on e bi se onfento TVXYZ wa wo catch on e bi so tune into eye power 97.9 FM na otwedi ampo nyankopon na somdwe nkamo no nhyehyɛ mu papa ebiom eye affiliate radio stations o ma fa dwumadie empempem na o ma giatum radio ene eye TV a dwumadie edidem tetetetew ma manfo na etie no mo hwɛ bi no nyame asomdwe nkamo nyina wo Ghana fa na nyina ye from Nicholas ya Owusion wo betumi afrom King Nicholas ewie maboafo mo bo machi do ma medi dwumadie ede bro yeah Mr. Kelvin Asante the executive producer TV director Mr. Ralph Jampo on no TV director Mr. Peter Quarantine on also idea owo MCR ho mu chinchim fidie no kama mo wo fia hu ne kama pa aba so wo bi otai ora Peter chi o mo bodwuma mekwa sounder Emmanuel Nete your friend Yima abodwese nkrani bapa Yima abodwese ono so ne bag bo ne side a ohwe ma sound no bibia tumi adem kama pa me ba main studios ha cameras minua Francis praise him or say hallelujah nungwa assembly no wo ono so ha ono no twa camera no ma won kama oni Kofi the boy I friend Kofi Asante Frankie eno ano no Kaswa boy ono so obo bi mo twa kama pa me hwe obi obo siesie me ma me etide do me ni mada ho kama me nua ba your friend Elizabeth Tego ono so na mo siesie me kama ma me de abetena ha me no edi dwumai ati ba bia wo bia no mo ha me ma afi me ma afi shia pa na yakwa abana yesi dwumadie na mbre ne koyie papa me boni tew enti ayenya ene se wo de wani chiremu in the western region Presian Uni Valley in Importema aboso shaft a friend gangway enjuma omo ho a omutu efom agodie Peter ye de ama na shaft wo ho a ye de ama aboso mine se mbranche ne nketesia mpeni omo ho muso omundi so na omundidim kakra na omunanya bibi emfanto omo ho no wokọ ho a nyame hye omo papa wo efom agodie hu enti sa PT anase ebon eda ho a ye kofa rock mine kofa abo ne ba na omo hohore na omo so omo ho empempem omunya bididi na bibia tuwi konka edwuma no na go for si na yama oman ni so omo so endidi ho no entie bia ye tete ba no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ora Kofi Amaboa enya de ade ha adwene yi na enya boso man kro ana enya na Western region Ghana fa na ina wokwa all sorts of finance, all works of life. Nipa bebre nankasa ewo ho mu didi more than 20,000 ewo ho a sa pit no mu ye mu adwuma na shaft no na utie mi a ade a mu waye papa we nya mo mu di sensu ni surface mining no rock mining into mo ye responsible mining wo ho na yete ya say China ni babi any China fu bi aba say concession no MPP abreso na ede mom ye from global all aboso youth no any abriye papa youth omo ho ne se sa ebon we ni adija omo so omo so omo ye no mundidim enti ayade a mama sikese ho na yima omo na eba ne se ne sa global all MPP time omo ba say maame na ba se maame Chinese ni bi ne Chinese for say chi sa concession ni omo de enti omo bedidim aboso youth ne se esi no mo ani nje ho na enya de di asempapa beba so omo nananom na omo didi mu aye de amom obi anim se no nye mesensu rock mine no omo kwa asase ase na omo kotu edeba na eba ne se na sa global all for Chinese food by se concession ye omo dia omo ntiase yenim se wo ko oboase a no so saa ye wo Peter na se bon a yetu ede amakro no mmema ne youth omo ho mbebu no omo ho so omo ndidim saa ne bia na wo ko aboso so a etie ente ba ne sen na ama saa global all se hwan China fo na ba se concession ye omo de ade a se mekukoso no emboa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de atudwa say youth no also responsible mining omo ye kama saa no mugu so omo ye ho responsible mining na koso ho kama pa responsible cooperative mining omo ye no eno na saa China fuyaba enti omo so omo ntiase okọ chairman Sofo Osman Dauda eni chairman Delaguda mo a omo na die ni omo ye edwuma kama ho a ifibie ni ho enti e ba ne sen na saa nkofu yaba omo so ompene so but when can His Excellency John Dramani Mahama say kwan bi ampanimfu bi hihye tire na omo pese omo dane saa de ne ma China fo no omo ntiase enti membo omampanin amane say cooperative and responsible cooperative mining edwuma omo ye ho no omo pese omo chinchim omo nsagifu omo nsem enti His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yembo amane bi say ade no ya ade a mpanimfo ne hihye omo hye say krobia na omo wo omutu fo magudi ho no saa pit no yi ba ko de ma oman ni so omundidi hu nti na nanom ahemfo ene omo wo aboso ne important Meka Christian Uni Valley ade a MP kra ono abokujo mu na ni meko mo so na hwe coordinate mo ye dwumadie ne kama omo register obi a ne meka ho omo ye ne se adwuma nti responsible cooperative mining ahane hia saa global off na abase concession ye omo dia China for mufi hin to omo so omo mpene but menton kramfa ma omo mpanin se ye chinchim omo nsa ye yaje sa ebon na ye de ama omo so omo ndidim rock mine no mu ya abofum ye jefu omo nsem na omo ntiase ntie mbo wamane fi se wan wunim na mpanifo so nim se saa na tie enti se chinchim na obo so gangwe ompese omo gifu omo nsem ne de enya de ombete global on fi hin China fu ni fi hin na omo ba se omo pese omo beji saa petina na shaft na ye de ama aboso no nti saa netie minim so mampanini ne mpanifo tie honorable Kofi Amabo amo mutie na omahwe na tutu ye madin adedin te se ma omohwe na nti saa netie baby adri ma mentwa me hombra me ba me ho bia so ye de to aso. Okay, enti me mo akwa ba biom the TV XYZ to baby a wa wo hwe me bia wa wo tie power 97.9 FM me mamu ina akwa ba biom na nsema bamba so ayeba ebedi ehu enkomo private legal practitioner Ghana for BNM no Martin Pebu yebekaya ora Martin Pebu ye arresting ye detaining no and for almost 5 hours wo office of the special prosecutor na confrontation no chese military officer bi anche adwuma se police officer no ye no no you are doing any aiding common assistant OSP wha o bisa no evidence bi allegation bi a or the abo institution no rama Martin Pebu say ani military officer no and sama omu yi anu na duru baabi no na officer nsam na no ye de nti ehwe until say ye transfer ne na ko Bureau of a National Investigation and can ne from BNI say na National Intelligence Bureau ye friend no NIB omo ne ko ho na ye granting bail na bail no mo nsem no na ora Martin Pebu oye private legal practitioner or the nsem bia tudwa me course wo ho no yenkotie ora Martin Pebu na nsem o de tudwa no.
I didn't do anything that deserves an arrest. So somehow it was like dream, like a fairy tale. So my spirits were still up. I mean, when I was taken into custody, I was here to, I mean, you know, be undressed, and then you do the custody gowns and those. So my spirits were still very high because I knew that I hadn't done anything wrong. Look, what they've actually done is that this is suicide mission that Kissie Jabin's OSP has embarked on. Yeah, he can pretend he has nothing to do with it, but he's the head. Okay, the one who called the policeman to arrest me, he's called Seth Ablomensa. Seth Ablomensa. He's the chief of staff at the OSP. He's the one who directed Mr. Opoku, the policeman, to arrest me, right? And what was it? You see, earlier on in the day when I went in there, I came out to grant an interview. So when I returned, then there was a soldier. Can you imagine? We'll come to what a soldier is doing at the OSP, performing police duties. We'll leave that aside. But when I got back into the OSP, then one of the soldiers told me, and by the way, they weren't wearing name tags. They didn't have name tags, and yet they were performing police duties. And there were two policemen too. So one of the soldiers told me that, but we allowed you to park. You see, the tone we allowed you to park was like, even parking was a favor. So I didn't understand. Next time, when you come in here, we'll not allow you to go out. So I retorted that no, he has no right to curtail my rights. In any event, I'm just there to help, right? They said, come and give further information. I'm not under any investigation. I'm not a suspect. I'm not an accused person. So then I continued going. Then a colleague of his, another soldier, then shouted to me, that next time I do that, I will see. That's what I said, next time. So that kind of threat, the Ghanaian English, next time you do that, you will see. In Ghanaian English, that means he will cause me some harm. You will see. There will be consequences, even if it's not physical harm, but there will be consequences. So I turned and gave him the same answer that no, he has no right. I'm not a suspect. Even a suspect, can you do that? So I said he had no right. Then next thing I knew, he said, I'm stupid. That's what the soldier said. The soldier said, I am stupid. Oh, of course. So I turned back and told him that he's also stupid. So we exchanged a few words. And then one of my lawyers pulled me for us to go in. We went, and then, as usual, the OSP chose to present employees. When we had made it clear at the second meeting that, look, considering that almost all of my allegations are against Kissie Jabin, who is the special prosecutor, and these are his subordinates. The subordinates can't do much about their bosses. Martin, they say do that. Can you investigate even, let's say, Mr. Nyama, your this COO? You can't investigate Mr. Nyama, much less the MD. So that's the same thing. And even before I was invited, Ghanaians had said it on various social media and private messages to me that how can OSP investigate itself? But you know me, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I thought that as long as they can do something to accommodate that to show independence, I'm willing to give the information. In any event, I'm almost done. I'm presenting a petition to the president for onward submission to the CJ. I have a lot of charges. As I'm talking to now, I have over 15 charges against Kissie Jabin. I'm not running away from this fight. So the least they shouldn't have even tried it. You don't try such a thing. You see, you don't try such a thing. It just tells you the very incompetency. My arrest and detention underscores the incompetence with which Kissie Jabin sat down and allowed Ofori-Atta to run. Kissie is not up to scratch. Kissie has never been up to scratch. Because you see, how would you arrest Pebu when I had already said it? I mentioned on 2nd of November, you can check on the key points, that I'll be presenting a petition for its removal. So such a person like me, and you know me, once I say I'm going to do this, I'll do it. So just stay clear of. Look, I don't mind the arrest, even assuming the exchanges with the soldier were illegal and so amount to something that they want to arrest. Remember, in law, there's a difference between arrest and detention. The arrest is you tag the person. You are under arrest. I'm investigating you for so and so offense. So when you are done, admit the person to bail. Right? Then let the investigations continue. Can you imagine Seth Ablomensa said, yes, they were admitting me to bail, but I should bring a property in my name. For what? So a soldier insults me, Martin, you are stupid. And I also tell him you are stupid. That's the effect of the words. When we argued, my lawyers argued for about 15, not that continuously 15. My lawyers made a plea that, look, I should be given self-recognizance bail, right? And then said, Ablomensa said, okay, he would go consult. So he stepped out. So we thought it was going to be a favorable response. So when then subsequently he came in about 15 minutes and said no, they would not do so. They will not vary the conditions to give self-recognizance. So then I told Mr. Marcelinus Bia, one of my lawyers who accompanied me, okay, Marcel, go to the office. I have indenture in my name. Just bring it. And my office is just, you can see, you can attest. This less than 10 meters drive to the OSP. So Marcel came, long story short. So Mr. Ablomesa asked that I be handcuffed and taken to custody. That it was too late. And that even when we brought the indenture, they would have to do verification. So practically talking about justification for exchanging words with a soldier who didn't know the writing. He's not supposed to be performing police duties. A soldier performing police duties in the OSP. You see the verity we're talking about. Article 210 of our constitution is clear that, look, you soldiers for war and then maybe some development activities. But here you had the police, two policemen in there. And so if anything, if you think the building is under threat, anything, you use the soldiers as backup. But if you go to the OSP, the soldiers are performing frontline duties. You see, this thing have been mentioned that soldiers are taking away the work of the police. You see it has manifested. It's not only in the Galamsey fight. Now, ordinary OSP, soldiers have taken away the work of the police, performing frontline duties. Everything the building is under threat, let the soldiers be at the back. Let the soldiers be at the back. What are they doing front line? And there was a policeman. Now let me repeat with all the emphasis. Look, get it. You see, as I mentioned, the policeman who initially came and told us to move, we shouldn't do the interview where we were. You know, when I came in, he said nothing to me. He's Mr. J. I don't see his first name. Usually they just put the surname. J. He stood there. He was quiet. Then I went past him. But these soldiers who couldn't contain it. So you see that there's a difference in the training. Police are trained differently from soldiers. Soldiers is war, high aggression. So for them, they couldn't contain it. So the policeman who came and, just like we're doing this interview, told us to move from there. We're not on the direct frontage of the OSP. The interview was being done on an ECG facility, which is near the entrance. So perhaps ECG to provide backup electricity for OSP and the other buildings in the area. But when you go there, you see that this is an ECG facility. So that's where the interviews were being granted. But even then, when Mr. J, the policeman, came and said we should move, the Joy News cameraman and Fatal, the journalists who were interviewing me, they were questioning his authority, because for them, they were clear that this is an ECG facility, not OSP. Look, their camera, I'm sure, were live. It will bear me. I had to intervene that, look, I don't want to argue. You see, like we say, to paraphrase, when you go hunting for an elephant, don't concern yourself with rabbits, snails, and those things. No, we knew that Kissie Jambi must leave because he's incompetent, he's corrupt, etc. That's the thing. So I didn't want the story to expand. So the moment the policeman, Mr. J, said we should move, you will even see, I'm sure their camera, the Joy News camera will capture. You see me pushing them that, no, let's go, I don't want an argument. So I pushed them, so we went off the ECG facility and did the interview further off. Then I walked in. When I walked in, so the policeman who came and asked us to move, so I met him, he didn't say anything. I bypassed him, still going to the OSP yard. Then these soldiers who have bad temperament, you see, like I said, very bad temperament, their work is not police duties. I don't know what is so, dangerous about Pebu that you have soldiers supplanting police, soldiers taking over police duties. These soldiers, this exchanges with one of the soldiers. Remember, the first one asked me, when I replied, he stepped out. Then the shorter one, he couldn't contain his anger. I think he has anger issues, right? So he's the one I had the exchanges with. That was it. When I went upstairs, there was nothing. Ablomensa had no. They sought to ask us the questions. And this is the third time. We had told them that, like I said, Martin said do that. You cannot investigate Mr. Miyama, your chief executive operations officer. You can't, much less your MD. So from day one, we've been telling them that no, listen, most of my allegations are against Kissie Ejabe and then Albert Akrugu. Albert Akrugu is the director of asset recovery and management. So the first day, can you imagine, Albert, who is one of the persons had accused, sat down and sought to receive information from me. So my lawyers raised and said, but Albert, Martin Pebu has named you as one of the persons who should be leaving. I mean, you are part of the problem because there is a petition against Albert Akrugu and Kissi Ejabin Ashraj, right? So when we did that, then, and also raised that generally, even when you took out Albert, the other two are not senior to Kissi Ejabin, so it will not work. That was the first meeting, so then we had to go. Then they said they will reconstitute and call us. They reconstituted and made us appear before Albert Paddington and then Seth Ablomensa. That was the second meeting. So then my lawyers raised it once again that no, this can't happen. That day I was in the company of lawyer Marcelinus Bia and my other colleague, right? And then lawyer Jakwasu also is our lead counsel, Agbeshi Jakwasu, right? So we raised it, but Agbeshi Jakwasu was not in the meeting room. He was somewhere in the building. Now, so we said no, listen, find people senior to Kissi Ejabin, the OSP, in order for us to give that. Yes, because if you bring Kissi's subordinates, no, they want promotion. You know, even in the military, there is a lot of politics. You hear the word eye service or face fine. You ask soldiers, up to a certain level, you will no longer get promotion unless you are politically aligned. So eye service, face fine, and those things. So I knew that no, if you give this to subordinates, they may sell the information for promotion. Even if they don't, okay? Even if they don't, a bystander, okay, will think that there will never be justice because you are going to investigate your boss. Who born dog? It won't happen. Neither Ghana nor elsewhere. No matter how courageous even the subordinates are, I'm saying that a bystander seeing that a subordinate is about to go and investigate his boss, it won't. No, that's not justice.
A private legal practitioner Ora Martin Pebu onana yeten nkano na developing story bani say Martin Pebu ya so ya charged no by the OSP the offense of obstruction of justice enti we ya charge e dia bono na ndo muka so report 11 am Ora Martin Pebu nti o report ye no further investigation o ma ye ne say Ora Martin Pebu say ano ade a omo de granting bail or the assassin bi no de ma ye ne ade OSP ne say omo nkohwe assassin to make us say OSP team ne ne ko ekohwe nsase no mo fa fo yin no ma me na ye nhwe pictures no abra omo akọ sa nsase sem no say hwa aye ready amoma ye nhwe Ora Martin Pebu abra omoma ne bail sa nsase na chese omunkonkohwe no okay enye ready anti sa na tie o de asase ene ade na edisi ano a chese o so omukọ na omukohwe anti we ya ade a no so aban sa igusu a ye pimko enim na ye kwayenim dia na former speaker of parliament Professor Aaron Maikwe was expressing a concern fan bail conditioner impose on Martin Pebu ban on arrest OSP or arresting na wa question say suspect no yen to me emfa ensase property bisa emfensia no say we na yeji na yedi amani bill enya dia or say OSP ne yesa emrem no entwayi na nyesa na eko nti ono so akire say sa Martin Pebu asase sem omo se omo kwahwe ne ade no mde esi awa na say edi amani bill no sa ne ama na nya dia or say from Brekwema OSP utu sana mo nti we ade a former speaker of parliament Professor Aaron Maikwe ono so ode na no di sem ana waka Ora Martin Pebu na nsem ne bi ye kwa anima president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ode na no atu bi fa no 2025 wasi result bae na wa share minister of education honorable Haruna Idrusu say omonhwe examiners no mo report ni ye papa efa no 2025 wasi result no efa no kwan a mo release ya nkwala ne entwe yenkwe na yenkweti asema first gentleman of the republic or the atudwa efa no wasi result 2025 no
the results for the last West African certificate examination, and as the honorable minister said, it has become an issue of great concern to governments, parents, and the public at large. I was speaking with the minister and I've asked them to do an analysis of the examiner's report to try and decipher what could have gone so disastrously wrong. It is mind-boggling that with the same teachers, the same factors in play, just from one batch to another, one batch, does so disastrously. And so we need to get to the bottom of it. But it also emphasizes the issue of foundational learning. One of the major things that has taken place in the last several years is the neglect of basic education. Inability to send the capitation grants, ensuring that we have quality teachers at the foundational level, at the basic level, because it is that level that prepares the child for secondary and tertiary education. And once you don't get that level right, you will just send the child through a conveyor belt like a factory. And when it comes out at the end, it will be picked out by quality control and said that this one did not do well. And so our focus must be on foundational learning. And foundational learning means that by the time a child reaches primary school, they should be able to read properly. By the time the child leaves primary school, they should be able to write properly. By the time the child leaves primary school, they should be able to do basic arithmetic. If we are able to get our children to get these three things right, writing, reading, and arithmetic, then they have the foundation to continue into secondary education. Otherwise, it will be a factory that is just pushing them through, and at the end of it, you have the situation where a child finishes basic school and sometimes still finds it difficult to write his name. Vigilance is not going to go away. Theft and invigilation is not going to go away. And so we must make sure that the children are well prepared to, on their own, be able to study and pass the exams that are waiting for them. And so I've asked the minister and he's told the Director General of the GES to study the examiner's report and let's see what quick reforms we can carry out in order that our children get a quality education.
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ono na yete ninka wakasa afa resulta ebaye wasi result 2025 enshen kran no ho nsem ne be na ode atu edwa no enti de etelo no minim say research o my Ghana ne de ye behwe na ya research ensohwe no na next year de mebeba no ebetwa yi na bibia etumi adede woda ho a wo hwe TVXYZ wutie power 97.9 FM bia ye dri yensembre ye beko Victory Garlic Mixture so ye na ye ne omo ekodi enkomo nti mama Dr. Ketwa Kwaba na ye di Victory Garlic Mixture ho nkomo eno ne nti mepa cho mema ye ndada baby a wo bia no wo pharmacy herbal shops na wo kan se ope Victory Garlic Mixture we yaro no mebo ebusi immune system no obi ho na akoma boni prepare abnormal wonya bi no mebebo eto se bi a wonsa no na ititriti yesi ananse na achew ananse ye denche wo wonoma ebo ho ban fi yare ahuru ina ho ye friend Victory Garlic Mixture emambo jani di efusa ne yepa nti ho nkomo na yebedi nya abotre ne ti nkomo na Dr. Ketwa ede maye no wie na okotobi no mobekase King Nicholas kan Dr. Ketwa Kwaba Bibi aboko de da nyame ase fa Victory Garlic Mixture in the panel femaye
okay and so yawada yesanso HH oda se nibia wo TVXYZ and ebema enkomodie no ayetew na mmom no yewunu se sise ye do December me check Christmas eba enu tie na enkomodie no ye be fa honom kakra ade ba ko a me no mienu nim ni se do Christmas a enipa ebedi nwane telle ina na nkofo ba be di Christmas we no ebebo adwene entiase so na enhwemu wadade a kire se eno na yedi no Christmas mo ya na mbobe na yenhwe ni yie ebe wie chen January February ma na yare atiatesi na enipa yade san de yedi ko ni pedue no ma yanhwe ni yie nti ene nti na yesew se obibia no a obedidi na wonum na wohome mframa nko ade edro we kopa bi fesi ufie obibia Christmas we ba bedi obedidi obanum obahome mframa nko ade pedro victory garlic mixture fesi ufie wo se de be ya udidie no na ehohuru ni pedua no mu afie no e de afie wo se de be wa pomoden ebesipi na esita edro we da no bibisa me se edro no bia mo nkyerɛ kwan e fa so ye nom no ende mbesa me kyerɛ kwan abefa so a omanum victory garlic mixture odofo anopa bia na wafa ne ti no na wanum mienu anopa mienu awia mienu enwumre na emom hyane nso uyo obi a wo de wo pese wafu na akese bebre wo bese etwe edeba fom a anapa wundidi ye no betimi anum ne ti mienu anapa na wundidi ye no na wanum mienu awia wo di wia na wanum mienu enwumre nso saa na wa ne saa na abo saa kwan no eso uyo obi a wo osa na banum victory garlic mixture bomo modini se ubedidi ansa na wanum victory garlic mixture ni bi se da be a wonso ebetimi abo sa kwan no eso me hyase mfiri eye enyema wudo bi a victory garlic mixture ye ede boa odasani edo badwumadie bako edini se ebo moja etimi die afusani yie ewo de pedua no emu se woni pedua entimi ndu mafusani yie ansusanso bako ne se untimi enna yie obi wono ma na dwede so mu nyina da amfa enna enkonani esane se wono mu nyina da no ni pedon I stressed up anything no mozo so entimi relax nti obi wono ma na dwo wonna obi bia wo enna problem misrew pedro victory garlic mixture usa se wonunum bia bedi wakagire mu na wonso wade wo ho afi wo mo ye ejanwa adwuma ye ma me no mo ye adwuma we wiaso mo market awodo no obetile wiaso saa no frefre nkofo beto we yo no akofia kwakoda ewia na wo yeso adwuma no unya so me no victory garlic mixture na mu ndo na ko ni pedua no mu aboesiesie ni pedua no edo we ye ntwen yare ansa obi bi odwe na pomuden obeso bo ni pedua no ban fi enyarewa ho no de biara da unya vitamins and minerals a boosting immune system no na bo ni pedua no ba efi enyarewa wodro ho eno edro da meka wasem eye victory garlic mixture se do ya ka wasem ene bedu sa akagina mu no obi zu ho no mo na meka kire osem wo ho no ma na wonsai aye otitiriti wo ho no ma na wonansi atatai empabwa shokwa na ewra wonti ma bi sham last 2 weeks o say oyeduma cold store na wona ne nsai ne tititi na adwene ye ne say cold store nwa adwuma na wo ye no eno ka ho bi na mese ma me eno ya de ka ho bi na eno so no eka ho bi ama moja ntimi nya fusane ye woni padua no edre be boy ye victory garlic mixture se sam no ka se ma me ne ma na do ni bi last week Tuesday okoye page our TikTok adansi dia ma me edie no ebru adwene entiase so unsa ayo tititi empabwa sokwa na ewa wonti wonase esase etatai obu won ma ye nenu na ansana na adwene afiri so ya de stroke na ebo nka ye misrew wono mo na sa wonase etatai wonsa ayo tititi a bo wo modene sabe pedro victory garlic mixture na wa hyase se wonu nom se de be ya ebetimi edi wakagire mu edro baji wa ya na eyatrema enu tinum bebi eto edro bia waga na wudu wono mu a also per victory garlic mixture edro no enu nie victory garlic mixture yemra obi ho no ma menua baabi anama me bi ehwe me sister bi o say me dia me menses ho how the hame ni nyina ne se me menses no emaye eba na anu na atwa na nsa na atwa na o de bo ne ho safo hene me sra wada me power cho bebre sa dia aka ni pedua no mu no down come bi betimi anya fibroid so betani pedua no mu ebe operation atie onipa da se ni bia ebe operation pe ahoɔden nso active by 50%. Ɛne ti no bi wɔ no mu a ɔyɛ operation yɛ na ahoɔden nti sɛ kane no entrauma na nyansa waka sɛ mi hunya nka obenya wa na yade entwe ya nyansa wa pedro we bi akiri kwan uyo obi a wudi na no nko ade adro we die ɛyɛ adro hu ni pedram esiesie ni pedram nti mu jam sɛ da bia ɛbrɛ ne bra no bia no obenya pomuden emapa wafu ai kɛse bebre pɛ sɛ atwe fa eba normal obu man doctor aka to say cholesterol mesra Pedro Victory garlic mixture fat e wo nipadua nim wo de na say Victory garlic mixture ni bi na wano obu won ma indigestion ha no de bia wasi medidi ejina mebo mesra Pedro Victory garlic mixture sao ha no wo be jani nyina kwan se bia wo so apomuden ebesipi na esita edowe eboa se de be ya dane de nyina be nya apomuden mapa wunti ni mu na etwetwem wana ni pedua ni mu ehyehyew na etutu inflammation mesraw ni pedua ni mu na ehyehyew no de wunya ne se na enwanu na wude ko ni pedua ni mu na aboma ni pedua no etinya kenyan ne ho de bia meka chi oso da sani bia no wunyi ni ko wanim no na ni pedua na kwa ni bi wo no mu a eye mre enu nti na danda ye boa se Pedro Victory garlic mixture ni bi no sase wo no no se de be ya wunti ni pedua na kwa no mu bia aye mre ayema ni pedua na bia na ho no ma wa bohu no unye bia bebo na di wakagina mu obi won ma debi wasmani so chimi de biara da onam waso okotiahwe de biara da no makotiahwe mesrew Pedro Victory garlic mixture nom se de be ya edo no wonnom no na eboost immune system vitamins and minerals ni ko ni pedua mu a esiesie ni pedua no e mo apomodin ACP na esita maka chome kokra me say Christmas ye bebe ye bedidi ye be nom mesrew ada edani bia beto bia no expiry date na obi amfa 6 and na 9 ogine wa pomodin ho nko ade a wonya butua ni nyina emfa mo ho to Victory garlic mixture yiso ebeboa emma wa diabetes wa pressure aye bebre ekosko na ekosoro obi wa pressure dure wa noma onom no unsaka Victory garlic mixture 10 to 15 minutes time na wanu we dure no se de be ya bit mabona na pressure no aba form wo diabetes no etinya ba form pressure na eha wo no se diabetes wo ho na wanhwe ni yie na ekuro beka ho pe ye betimi atwa wonan afri so membese be yesa no aka se mi hunyanka pe Victory garlic mixture ni bi na enum hyase wo no na endi wakagide mu na ni pedua no dane de nyina wonya apomodin mapa ene ya wada me chew se tinatare aba center shop bia benye bi Kings Walk eba benye bi Repass Ventures Kolenak Habe Pharmacy PFA Pharmacy wa Santimantem baby etu wadro bia wa Ghana ha do wa also pe Victory garlic mixture bema ojunso emeye eba kakran mese bema hwehuyie na wanka se mi huyanka Pedro ni bi na wonso endi wakagina mu eye Victory garlic mixture adanse de bebre eba Ghana ha ya besum nipa envi bebre ni wonu manim ye de mfa ye ni agro na mpenifo se de biara da kodafoforo ebe nsum tiene ye de sempan ebre se edro ewe adwaman so a eboa wo mo diabetes pressure ifo akese wo mese se maye ibeduanum ahyehyew wo monum atutu wuntim atwetwon wuntimi ennaye edane jejina obo bebi ada woni so chiw edro betimi abo sa kwan so ekite nwane na ebo boost immune system na ebo ni peduano aya Victory garlic mixture edo ni nie sei ena ho feso ni etie ntime enko na obi mfa 6 enda na 9 ena ya wada numbers no egu screen no eso 0242 54 56 33 0242 54 56 33 and I say 020 129 3280 yawa Santimantem na mum Ghana ha bebia to wadro bia heba shop pharmacy shop chemical license shop we do wono mu a wo se be Victory garlic mixture afen so ya se obi bia nkran se edro no to bi pe ade bibia da wono ma be wu bia frɛ na boya mane unya nkyeremu bia frɛ Dr. Mwako ebi de punato no bedi enkomo ye Facebook TikTok Instagram Victory garlic mixture ye da kwan ye se be ya punato ho unum bia de be si bia da boya mane ye be wo se ye be boawo ni a kye onyema bia betima ya ka we dronum ne ho na apomuden ACP na ehita Christmas we de uto bibia ko kye obi a to apomuden kanipedua no ho uto hampa ko mo obi na wato Victory garlic mixture da kanipedua no ho ana nyoma na de koma nipa no se de be ya na pomuden ebesipi na ehita se onipa odidi ko no nya ho odini a eniji ani ho eniji hampa na ode ko no na wato apomuden asanso aka ho na odidi no no mu a bibia da watena se na wakoso adawase na ya wada aha na me do business Nicholas e de watoa dwumedie no eso
Yebeda se papa Victory Garlic mixture and no any adra yaka hwasem sesia. For any chemo pharmacy ni herbal shops at wapitu Ghana ina. Kaisa wo yari o onye binum ebebo oba na bema a Victory Garlic mixture and hun komo na me de bo. Baby I dream me enkoja aboafo nkra to ombra. Yeba me hu bia so ye de beto also. One now, one blue. 1-1 now, one control. Bermuda Games of 2025 reloaded. This time around, let's get gala competition. Yes, bro. The teams are well represented. Team XYZ. X Natural Mineral Water. Work Natural Health. Medimosis Clinic and Prostrate Center. Bermuda Games of 2025. One pay you, but the say with the Team XYZ and a walk for trophy now. Work X Natural Mineral Water. Another Medimosis Clinic and Prostrate Center. Bermuda Games 2025 reloaded on the 5th of December 2025. Nature Farmers Day. Damadani ya fulfill the holiday. Venue near Downtown Park. Jokers Nechiwa Labadi. Time near 10 a.m. Pepe. Bishop favorite presenters and players. I will show football skill. Mugabe Masi. SCH my near power near. Ahinbabwa Benny. Okumangura. Mankasasoki Nicholas Metsiabo Onye Ekuku Damanane Bongo Galeas. Bermuda Games 2025 reloaded. Obey oh la la.
Hi, I'm pleased to introduce to you Cancer Mixture, a herbal mixture for arthritic pain. Arthritis,
It's me.
Cancer Mixture, no. Cancer mixture. Yeruba Biana no draw. Morio ya or arthritis. Cancer mixture. Obey your juma when you put your inside. I'm a pencil new grand. Engine today dinner menu. On your market for in your button, a woman one menu for. First baby I'm from one sanka. Senior Susan Body Biara, home doctor, and I report to FDA Med Safety App Nodo.
Enkatui FDA App Nodo.
Na ede na ya obeya oda former son yefunu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry eya also ya reya titi be benfie pi nanso ne yam nyono da se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwea ebe ya nwanwa
Nenye ni se what also tamfo Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture ya no mbom kotia also no bia ma no anum anka no what no dadaada also dro die eno any Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture
ankom ni nchiremu
also ye kura eto yefunu ene ensunumu etima wo yefunu ekekawa woje wo ho a enye wosa etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie somehow eye also there compare Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture nanum bom na ho abeto
Predudu to a ko Okanshi Drug Lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takrade AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Approve about Tanya Wama on Mofronofo and a Mofra women Fedum Yeno and Kahu Hexa capsules and in a mixture
also time for FDA aje edwade nkratoi atom.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa.
Upon your arrival, you are introduced to a butler who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have visited.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
Obrebo eye ejumada. Ebwa eyam eduane. Ebwa eyi insa free ni peduani. Na ebwa woni pedua ma etena ho yi. Nanso, when you say Niama Aidi, na yenom, Timima Brebo ye Ejumaden Saint Pote. Mehunda, me Brebo ye Jumapa, a beer 7 to ye be Boami Brebo.
Annie, and wanting about the left hip from the Moses Clinic, we have our center about herbal food supplements. We see the Brebo, Ama a year Jumayi.
Ah, a Juma.
Fatopa Yanino, and a panny and you may. Na a Brahma Brebo ye Jumayi, Sunny Baya, and betting Yam Adriania Woody, and Sissy Pedranimo, a new moving singing.
And no, I'm Brebo Obenya Life Kid or pharmacy, herbal shops, no supermarkets are ebeo. Sawopa do those way to up. Fresh 0244 06 8447. Life Kid, Wawu Brebo, Wawu Nipedia. Edri any marking for a ma emma or manfo, ne for our 1 year in few to me. FDA GBD Kratui Atum.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there! We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 Ga West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Mesamo akwa bebiom de ba TV XYZ so baby edri ye sande apomuden ho komo ye de abro ye wi a ye wo eye kojo ye boa wo ha a former youth organizer NPP wo de ma ayewa so Westward Gun constituency ye bete nka sa so na ye bete eye Mubarak Watara eye Muhammad ono head of communication de ma Metro Mass Transit ono so ya dia ye bete nka na baby edri ye no call Haxa mixture and Haxa capsules. Omo no mo ye eye ulcer tamfo adru no. Me pacho ulcer hawa. Want to eye Haxa dia me pacho from home komono ye de bro. Dr. Mike wa ha. Enti make us say tie bi pa na wo bo capsules na wo bo mixture no. Wono ma ayem kro bia ebetu efi ho ma wo suenya wa yaresa. Dr. Akwaba Nico. Nipa mieni na ma recommend sa edru ya mo nyina age omo ho efi eye ulcer emu first no crowd ye na omuntumi ndi mokwadua ne sesi ade omonomen omutumi eti fan common boy
kini kwanza le bebo komo na o chare de favor ye de ba park ne de ano de mula na no se tena hotsalo park no ba to ya be o ya be pacho mensi ho mesre o ya me o ya na be stomach cancer na akakofa ba bobodi aso be no Haxa mission capsules grand sana de achisanse o chira mula na ye de ko park na no de ne na middle position akiniko beko ebebo middle so bebo defense so bebo obe strike you I don't know but all the same no hack healthcare ye ba kwam say ya be pa chona chere say stomach ulcer and I say ulcer tamfo ana ye so ya se aba wakwa mu bio no me pa cho abreni abegyina sana ye ba wakwa mu aye ka no me pa cho all say ya body all say ya ya pa editini say ye ba wakwa mu say ana watie nkomo ni bi na so abomodin say obi e complain say stomach cause aba be hye no so ana say o tete e wo all samu a me pa cho na wa recommend adro bi e de amana adro no hye no so e yentafo so de eche omumu onye yie ba ko nkonya ba ko eni to wo to ni nsuo no eye mixture no na wo toye no to pie no capsules no be na de account na ebomu no wo be no wadi de awie no na afe ensuo no wo be bie so no me pa cho cap bi e de ehye so no wayi no wa no mienu no wa train 30 minutes time na afe no wo de capsules no so wo de afa pure water ye wo fie bi no na wo de anom ye hye no so empempi no nkaya ya yenya ene se nkrofo e de ensuo no mom enom eye to pie no enye sane ye no wada roma enti pharmaceutical shop biara me pa cho to eye Haxamis chane capsules awo ton obi beto no obi sawa manenti ase se ye de eye capsules no ye de pure water na enom ana mixture no so de wo de cap no ni tinim yenu ana ebebu anom na so eno no ase eno no me paucho basika so asa ya ka kire wo se eye adre se nkrofo ato afomo a te se no omutu ni ntina ba be ye adwuma prekope eno te se wo pe bi ato ato ana so wo pe adwuma bi de wo sika hyemu a bomodin ase oni baba betu Haxamis try bi ne capsules bi no akwakoton ebia ye pharmaceutical shop ebia wo ye herbal shop ebia me paucho wo so de no boabo no bujabujam srew wenya dwuma wenya adura do sika hye mama sika na kwa de akolok da bi sika no wonsa beka ama wonsa sa ya ka wonfaso puduo na eno nso so eho asem no osa den ne osa se na de bia ye kire mo no osa eyekuro na ba bia beto woni padua ni mo no eno na doctor editu din eno nto hu se na sentem eto won suru nkoto anim na sentem eto yam ni nteno ko hospital doctors wonya peptic ulcer na trese ulcer na ba kwa to suru nkoto anim ana ase ato wo yafuru nim also call hospital doctor say when your gastric ulcer and gastritis not just say the person change na say e kuro ni buy e beto wo yefuru ni mo pe so cause when you so far get ulcer there e na wa ho draw baby there sa wo ni mo hanum say no e ho ana e kuro no ababa beto me pacho ni nyina no e ho poma sibre say betu ase eye Haxamisha and Haxa capsules. I don't know that screen anymore. No, the phone say no the twa, no the numbers, no call pharmaceutical shop house will be and I message would draw on yes will be ni wa me srew ma enje na number no fra ba bia wo piano ya de be bro na se be direct to nearby shop a me pacho ubenya bi no na won so wakwa akopɛ bi number is 0240 23 8310 0240 238310 also so bet me after 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 channel so ne huru de say be pa cho Haxamis channel capsules de e ya dro ba ko say ya de ba ko pe stomach ulcer ya de bi anka ho bio and it is a ulcer nko na ba oni padua mu a kona ko pe e ye Haxamis channel capsules na and also so ema ho enye de ento o ya no bi bisa symptoms be na ba me de huru say manya stomach ulcer na say me de huru say menya nko hospital me de huru say manya stomach ulcer me pa cho obu ho no mo a aduane nya to de yem a sabio na ne yafu samfro no emu ya ne ya pa mu tutu no ohunu ya onya ne ho obu okura so wondidi yempo na de chene yem kakra bi penso a na ne yafu emu samfro no sa cha se ohunu ya onya ne ho obi adidi awie na se aduane ne gyinagyina de bo hanum sei obi adidi awie no obo se aduane no ase egyinagyina bo obu okura de opese o se aduane na pese esan fro ba bonten aduane na wadi awie na pese esan fro e ba bonten obi okura de o se aduane na hyehyɛ me ho chase ne ho gyina ohunu ya wonya obu okura de ase aduane na chokini minim a choking minimum say that's says oh who the who is down be part of stomach ulcer to me also kana ko pe Haxamis channel capsules no massa or how we at Christmas there by adofo ba fie abusiafo ba fie obo mu fra ba no de e ba ye ba hwia bom na afa de wo de ukuto ha ayi stomach ulcer aba sabio o ye free na aduane bia be to yam na eye wo ye na ye be chili na obe de achele me part of bomo de na ko pe Haxamis channel capsules na enonom obi so size and symptoms are one say the board one say toko ye da hoyi emutimi tutuna kasa eso na chiri bramu na chiri dompe emo na chiri bramu dompe emu ye ne ya ma o kasampa kasa ne timi makasiye be se o 19 pa o timi fa ne na ensi fom o ten kasa ne mu no eye ne yan kasa o kasa se beti wo ya betimi atire mi mu se ba no haksa be sa ne capsule sama o sa bia na tu afiri mi mu yi me pa to no o ntimi nya bi o de o pa kaje so to o mpeta ne mu no nya se pe be ye bo ati bi di mesra wo eye haksa be sa ne capsules na wa do ma stomach ulcer no asiye atu edeko ye bodro yi di alase ye kasa fodro yi ho me pa to ye wa resie mu esa wo vim no sa se ye mi dia dro timi ye na papa bi na kana sa bo se na adro yi ade eye nkonya na esa se bejibi be kanfo ma obi na oni pa ko no me no se pains na ona mu no onya no madro na pains ne koye onya no madro na pains ne enyira ye afi na yare sala hyase nti no obi sa ye se na de some salame capsules no eye onyankopon ne beyi kire mu ana se eye nkonya bi na me pacho onyame asira so e de amaye e de amaga na for de oman ni nyina bomode ale kope haksam salame capsules da donom e ma ho enye de ento stomach ulcer obi so symptoms ana signs a onya ne se bi obe kasa no na nka mo nanum esa se ekura baneyam ekura ba oyema wo kasa from afa so ba bonti wo de check hwe na bra panyewa kwa akonya sister bia pesa o le tekana afi no o le tekana se bi o de free wo no mu ba eye yare na madika ka tell say enfere wo yade esa say ewiase nipa wo de yade so e wo ho na yare wo nti ana yare sa wo bomode ya le kope haksam channel capsules no ma ho nya de ento na bibia enkoye o all sentime patona sentime wo tenka se sabio aduane to wo yema no wa fini nyina ba bonten wo be fie ba bontini po be na moja wom obeja wona no be na moja wom e pale sana me pato osa no adudi wo mu akwa kodru mpempenso bi a me pato wonya internal bleeding me pawo na wo susu nim say internal bleeding so etimi kum ni pafra asase so bomode na kopes ye fele say osa dra ye fele haksam channel capsules a ye ntafo ye nom ebom emma ye stomach ulcer asiye etofri ye ni padua ni mu o osa no me pato size be na wote ehefa na doctor say yato me pacho ni nyina no adru eye haksam channel capsules me pacho ya na obotai from power home uze utimi titintasu ya obutimi flowa we na o de gamma to no mu awia gamma no nsuo sapa no ato atwene na so still na abofro no gusu ho no e ba na sala duane bia to no ma utimi fie ba bonte ai fi na wo finance ya kire se me pacho emwo wa omde osane ba ye from H pylori no omanya kwan ayedai abo e de awura onsuro nkutu anim ana mama ehon no aye inflamed ana se ehon no asese ehon no honhon enti instead se kaduane to ye funu mu a etimi sane ko onsuro nkutu anim no esan se ehon no honhon nti no aduane ntimi nsane nko enu nti na obehe no wa yedai wafe obu wo kra obehe na fever ayedai asan kra ba besuye no so aka stomach ulcer etimi de yade ahodo free ha no de free ha no ba be kabum no de aba besuye wo so kona kope haksam channel capsules no nom ema ohonya de ento no mani bi 0240 23 8310 0240 23 8310 also so bet me after 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 me pacha wo osa no anye bia yede wako hospital ama ya endoscopy ana anye bia doctor do watompa so e de pipe bia wura wonum me pacha wo hu sade ni bi e wo ho ana se wudofo bi wate se yaye ne sade ni bi me pacha iya wa ewu mu no me mpese obesi akọ hu bi o enu ntina me kan for haksam channel capsules ama no e stomach ulcer dro e ulcer yade ba akopẹ adro we yade ba akopẹ adro doctor for be ye nso akom tira bom aye na ba ye ansa yade mi na ansa yade mi ansa yade ba ako stomach ulcer nti de wa check how effective adro no ebe ye enu nti bomode na ye de ne kopẹ bi na enom ema ho ne den entonto na obi bisa se eba ne say na ulcer eba me so me se ulcer na makwa ahodo bebre so ana eba stress si ye dia koniaba ye ko na ye ba ya sori anopa ye be kokoda na ade asa be pato ni nyina no etimi de ulcer eye den eba enye se eno ne kofa ulcer ne ba na emom eno no ye factors a se ulcer wo so a me pato etimi ma how no be ye kese esa se stress na ye stress ye ho no ye release ana se hormones bu ye ni padua ni ma e release ye fe cortisol a eboa e ma stomach acid na ehia ma ni padua no for digestion no e be ye bebre chance ne ni padua ni hia eno to be he na afa ho na akako stomach line ni mo ye fro ni nkataso no e ba ne sa pa obon se o de ye hwe acid go nsa ho e de na e be ye e ho betu ɛhɔ bɛyɛ kuro nti bɔmmɔden a sɛ wɔhu sɛ acid no ba wo yɛ mu na kɔgu stomach line no so a wobɛhu sɛ na ɛhɔ no ɛde kuro ɛde aba ɛno nti ulcer ɛyɛ kuro ɛno nti mepakyɛ kɔna kɔpɛ haxamisa ne capsules na ɛno nom sisi a mene wo kasa yi wahu ɛ frɛ sisi a ne yɛni nkɔmmɔ frɛ sisi a na yɛni nkɔmmɔ ɛyɛ 0240 23 83 10 0240 23 83 10 ana 0203 822 855 0203 822 855 madike aka cho se entwen ema osa enche mo woni paduanim esa se ekocha ubenya potential complications bi a mepacho mempese ubedru ho no mo ansa na ya kukuru ede wakwa hospital mesrew de dika internal bleeding na obi abehunu se wonya internal bleeding obe hunsa no etimi ya nyunyu una etimi ya una setimi ya nyunyu mepacho unwo aduane kura untimi ntibi the loss of appetite mepacho se wonya internal bleeding na obe na kakra bi obe fene na moja ona na moja wo obe na oni paduane obi ni se wonya pale skin woni paduana ya hoya na say wo sia wo sister no wo so ka ti say wa ya hoya ase moja bi ho ya fi woni asikwa ye hu no moja me pa cha wo a wo nyem wo so a bibia nko so e bone na emom no wanya stomach ulcer dia na chese internal bleeding no asase e kona kope haxamisa ne capsules na no ma ho nto me pa cha no mani bio e 0240 238310 ana 0203 822 855 kiniko ya me bo tsira de park no minim position abo
me bo right back.
What the big keeper no.
You keepers I no me ni omu didi. DJ Flex no odene 9 e chebo. Mark so de uhuhuri sa. Security no baba bed okay.
Don't me sure
some. No go dan ana me aminda go. Cause my dad go watch it.
O me sure some mula na
over baba. Liverpool FC na me da mom. Obi oni o one just state be him say na first we dey go am e frame with dawa bonds.
Allah, kili ko bi do.
Mo mo nim say ba mehwe.
But obi afa mula le mula.
E chama mula. E chama hwe so say e friend is saying me hwe so say me bo komera ne comment.
O sabo bo.
On the born come say sayo. Akwa na shego, ja shego. O say jate cheese no.
Kini ko bila say hasa say capsules waje so osa hetamfo.
But as papa panti haxa capsules ne make sure hon komo na yekodi no osa tamfo ampa. Baby adu ye betwa ye ho sema ye ba. Kojo ye boa or former youth organizer I was West Wagon Dema NPP ye better kasaso na Muhammad Watara Mubarak also oha or head of communication ma Metro Mass Transit say kuku damine no mu bediduma enti me besesia osan constituency chairman enti chairman ehiana pa a constituency is in here esikuma odobin brakwa enti oha me twa me ho aba me ba kuku dam ne jinkonya na yedi nkomo. One blow, 1-1 now one control. Bermuda Games of 2025 reloaded. This time around, let's get gala competition. Yes, bro. The teams are well represented. Team XYZ, X Natural Mineral Water, Work Natural Health, Medimosis Clinic and Prostrate Center. Bermuda Games of 2025. One pay you good. The with the Team XYZ and a walk for trophy nana. Work X Natural Mineral Water. Now the Medimosis Clinic and Prostrate Center. Bermuda Games 2025 reloaded on the 5th of December 2025. The Chef Farmers Day. Damadani ya fulfill the holiday. Venue near Mark Downtown Park. With Jokers, Nechiwa, Labadi. Time near 10 a.m. Pepe. Be show favorite presenters here player. I will show football skills. Mugabe Masi. SCH my near power near. Ahinbabwa ma Benny. Okumangra. Mankasasoki Nicholas met Siabo Nidi. Onye Ekuku Damanane Bongo Galeas. Bermuda Games 2025 reloaded. Obey you, oh la la. Memo akwa babiom de ba TV XYZ so baby awa wo hwe me bia wa wo tie power 97.9 FM. Memo akwa babiom baby Edre kuku da magin kwanya atena for ma ye baby din komo. Ye wo eye kudwe ye bo ha former youth organizer de ma eye NPP wa also West war gone. Sa na ye wo eye chairman eye Muhammad Mubarak Watara ono so owaha oye a chairman ma NDC wo constituency de bia na me refro esikuma dobin brakwa ono a constituency chairman na osan head of communication edema Metro Mass Transit do na franco for bus enye za da evre enti me hu se bro nyi so omo bo adwuma mo wan hihye edema ye na enche new buses bia omo de ba no lawyer Kalisiza love call for square member home betia me papa o je nim Kalisiza o nim papa me ba che Dennis so ho baby tiamo nti eternity ekuku da me na me no mu bedi dwuma ofia kodi akwaba me jusu ni e bibia boko de onyankopon bibia ofie obibia da na kwa obi hu flowers na kodwe mu di fie na me se church na no holiday nti ma twikodo aba holiday ezi na kodwe nua wa hin se wo ba de mu se penny na kakra woni makati yes na ma che mu se makati tien na ti kakra ya okupi infante o baby okodo kakra yes no pobida se ka ponkwa de nge so shewa ye e ka ponkwa de nge infante for de no fine yes and you can make it problem wa kama se pesa se mo kwa yim na make sa e na nge wo mikro ma hafu na aka sa nge tese o ja ze ba den yam se pa che je tipo anu wa so bi am for yeah and then no be catch him say Accra Metro omo do me wo forecourt of Accra Metropolitan Assembly chan ho no mo yo mo farmers no be jam say na Accra pe de him fa no mo ye farm say am so so farms nyina to say farm efficient yes even what farm na agro business Accra inside there you can't cram it from Crampa. One a year for them, so any side. And your phone comes to be a whole poultry, farming, any livestock, tea. Yama a for so your gallant farmers and your more congratulations. Yeah, because you're more mother, so I tell your mother. So, on my baby. So share you show me go kwamu but me ni mabeko yi e ni mabeko yi pa me share do benya first second third na ade na even we hu ana o ma share prices ni bi e jaw prices ni pa e onya de ke national one e koso host for stadium yeah ho na koso ya ho na koso me nya ntia so mo aduru ho dada ni aye no obeko school school are almost take sa your friends and a Greek and AU was school bia so no one award one more bus Toyota ACB rent agriculture incentive sa school no be first no so like some infrastructures and nam sa anti no obe special infrastructure and about papa agriculture higher we go do village ni pe o man go do omo we go ko How many other agriculture the western headmaster na kase o hwem kwala be 1000 enim na 150 pen abant no so omombla you be do because we do na yeah even do yeah and be diaboko but we dey me for konye so much tiefo ni ahwefo biem na me dey assemble ko bi ato na tiefo ti no mati assemble to abi ho unse na no Friday unse baba tan be program last week me na me last week na ho se me mi ame makati ye program nice one ye betra ha obi anu se nipa me kan na asem a na mani abeka krampo na yewe a communication minister because of one DSTV sabi enya do be share bomb premium sa and they want me in the bushes so I feel also the package ni be kan wo na package ni hia because me compact plus
570 the compact mpo 380 enye small meanwhile we call Nigeria and South Africa money ade na wo premium mpo enu 570
Nigeria I think say Nigeria compact plus no buy 2 something
2 something when year 380
am you no so nko for you say Nigeria decoder wa ha yes I will be yaw
yes so because of that ese tu ba ma be share boni nyina ni je ho ne to nim na o kire bi afema na sabe change wa no a buy we so just no ne nemo so okay school for na mo wia universities na o mo panika che o mo se obia no mo obia ntwe school so mo tue wie o so do obia ska be ma no ama minister ka say da bi ko from a second level 200 na dey tue o mo fancy da bi bo she na me na for obia sika de ema no ntini ba be shebo no anhye ne da de ni asema me kan pa na no hye amro won me ne na nse so kwaja betra ni makati betra no modi dipani mu bia tamni adade obia ya juma I'm shocked mean first house the koko pie grant one must signify buy and I'm say how many kwaja ya boa ye betra ha pani mu ya de na nye na siese kan beka buy kan atindi so utuma na betra boda be first house pani mu bia ni ba me kan na sema na ebone utuma say so koko pani mu dem NDC support and NDC pani for no we so ye juma se kwaja ya boa me se meto mansa me ko na me pedi bia me ko si woni straight me say me maye juma ena me ko so me introduction me ni ando so me an so kwajo me wa keni ade wetin say the same thing so ko pani mu bi na we so ye juma dia ko ade ni so the assemble ni mbeko ama program ye sene link ni de man pani for say mummo na muntie no ni pakro ni nche ba bi kra kan bi tia pani mu bi edu ba bi a aduano minise wo obia na anya bi ekom de modie munto mu bo ntu mfo ani brem fansam ye ni di ye pese munya we so pese you see obia nyekwajo ye bo ane na abeko isi na achas makati but because ye ba Friday no holiday ndi aba Thursday ya ba so mi nuanu ne ye kan oti an ba same way de man kan nye because we to order de me asam say de tie be kan say de tie o mampani ya de na nya ye kaso mampani ha wo kon de nyu age se utwa wo kon say de be boa wo twa asam se na chiachia wotuma say the drive ba betra someone me kan ya ne first house me fa kakra ne say ayi adwuma wo ha wono pani obi aye dey Ghana adwuma fo nyina o show mo so me sere na sabia nya do me sere no adwuma no bi o chicha de wa de ndoz wan show be mo obi mienu na obi nya baako wotuma say etiafo ni to on rezo obi beto nya miensa na obi nya baako eso obi timi nya bi na gro ni timi de na obi timi kɔ nanim na ne ma timi fe da asema me kan no ana me boa na nsamfo fokra fia no du Frasta House na da wudi kodwe boa ne ko Frasta House yes lam me da me pese eniemo beto to I remember me say for one before election ministers ko program the same program by one of the station me one man nya message fee for a current president at another candidate me aid was so say ni atena dem ko any bless kakaka o and I'm say mo kan bu as mo to ye ni ma say mo kan bu ya je link ni nyina de man ko du o mampani o anyway no boy transfer no tie and on so the link ni mo ni pakro ni say on hwe no on kire no ba bi kura na ante no ba yo meka bi gen see me afi ni pakro ni tumi nka Tienso mampani sa make sure be free no ni akasa no ya to why bibia so we sorry but we say the one ni atie no ya obi mbeka sa na ni mamanti na ma ne bofu kakra na say yei adwuma oba be ye no na edi wechi aye adwuma be dunne Frasta House o mo say come ni ba be tra no mo a o mo na me kan mo sa me kan na ba be tra no ma kan ko fom bi ni bi asem sa appointment de mo mi ni o mo nya gire da bia so me u sam 1000 tan neka wotuma se ti esre uko Frasta na uko pro bi anya di ana uko pro bi am fa chas makati ana ko gye bo Frasta House ni eti wono ye hwehwe ni nsam banka ya tem down ye twa ni age pass ye bank ere na ka se ni ekokreti paneti ye ni ekokreti paneti no mi ti be twa dem kreti paneti wotuma se ti esre obia me mo bi mfie nko ye da so bank
Okay. Mamintia Reverend Bright Ekombia, Reverend Bright Ekombia, Masofo Penia da Good News Chapel, Assemblies of God, East Legon Hills, Odano, Papa Osheme, Michecha, Papa, on this Sofo Mame, Louise, Lauricia, Mbia, Sofo Mame, Lauricia, Mbia, Prophetess, also Yechecha, Papa, Pony, Busiani, na Dom, and Muna, Yechecha, Moshe, Mompaibo, Intine wa hanti papa ene mame mitichi amopa chairman na etese uyo ebokofia Eba pebo di bi ma. I want to okoye.
Brazil de menya bia. One de met me a show bo.
Chamu banchen.
Brazil de met me a show bo.
Na banchen zo na nshambo.
Banchen no o de yebehwe.
Na gare.
Yebehwe. O de mefa bojo asenti no maybe menya gare.
Wonya ni nyina.
Ya ne yamba no.
Me brother Kojo ka say most of you out bed just there na. Ayi of course penalty. Me say obi to me bed na we nya go king.
Sa. Obi to bed ya go. Ando super.
Iti Nicholas ye kan mechia eye me constituency for is command of Embra. Washa me nde enyimire. Mechia me honorable DC Obatampa Olivia Bento. Obo eduma ye ankasa edema is command of Embra. Nde me hu say jambra between Fosiansa na Ochiswa Jambra bridge na aye kwadanda enintino taxi drivers asheda to AFM no me hu say contractor ewo ho de we ni aban aye to aba edema no because o kan na waye adwuma no fefefe ede amawo intimichia honorable Obatampa Olivia Bento nde enyimire bebi owo bia no michia me MP honorable Alhaji Alasan Gansa so michia me MD Ora Carl Caesar lawyer Michiane pa
Chen maso ma fi bonye osameba
Dennis Chumesi na Harun apa uredu mi onyina wocha michia me wofa no ma ba this na what Brahman kokoso zongo washwa me me brother me wofa Sadisco na me wofa ye friend no Baba Sule na Fatao no monyina ba this na omo hwa me fefefe ewo me wo ma me bi ewo Teshi ho side mene ne ba na ewo office head of marketing Benis ne maame no menim ne din ba all the time me ba habia na me kasa wia otume frame kire me bebia me kasa ye na bebia anko ye ntima nde enyimire Benis maame nde enyimire mechia obi biara otie ye nde ewia bri ewo TV XYZ na me nua ya agro nyama no yenua no binom ya pa wonchew enibra aba ebinum wo ho still a wonya baby nkwohye yo nti no you say obeka obi na asema on kan adin so no this time nti say ubekwa radio program obewi was we ni recording one ni this time recording no wo ho yan tro ne akohwi wa ye adwuma tu kopa bibia adwuma na wo ye no fa adwuma no fa kopa bibia akotwen akohwi infantu obi ne so just like that ministers ni one bo one home body no ye beka anything ye party reset ma ye be ni reset no ye reset na ye de ye ho be fifa amanfo debi because oba me constituency adwuma ma ye in a day me nya cost more than 500 cost. Wow. Especially military na police na ya abo obia pebi pressure ya corner the whole constituency chairman na me executive wa from me say wo ma me 5 slot me wo community say able 600 5 slot me tell say
gisen wow
one wa from me so 100 me kwashe obi bo
baby
me ya na den me yesu a me aso na me di mani corporate me election biom no obi awia ono atena wagene minister di just like that intinu ya adi na anye ya yebeka ya wo boys awu bie ya friend say soccer center ye woyi bola amanfo kwhwe minister obehye ebo say na wo kan ya ebinum akọ twist na yebekọ so aka me man kasa me compact me use no man kasa chenchina achi by for yama me compact plus me use compact me bottom ni ebe tu no
compact plus but matter
me be me compact me ya metu no am na anything no meja use and in there I will say it me use in Nigeria for one day. Oh yes, compact plus any me use.
Thank you
oh no kitagana
because minister yes abortion no say you could deny X so na social media to defend you say indeed nkofo bi
o trend say ye the channels ni bia
channel am channel
bia o movie plus
but the question
ye compact we movie plus 2 channels
movie no first na one me brothers see 119 ye
107 account.
Nti the CNN na BBC abeka me
your friends
TVXYZ to metie news metie ne akoso Ghana. O si CNN na BBC na Al Jazeera.
Ade ya abidwo mo sa you know te bingo platform movie. Omo movie to in bed 200 times a month.
But the question is, Kim, premium no, say 860. Me about the premium. No, just a BBR shim. What must say? Premium the BBR shim. So I don't know. Nigeria for premium no, and then 380.
Yes.
What must say? You're about Ghana cities more. When you know we could get the same scale. There's no you have for BBR can BBR.
It's honorable sometimes.
What's it? Oguso. Network catch also in the sector. Data so boy ding. Only no do. But much more that gig something some megabyte. That way be one back. We are showing that we are young at a woman now and the concession network say. But you are the two owners and Koya Rebecca. Other Babette here, a Greek minister here wonders in any yesterday canoe. At the first in all four combat to my friend. I don't know the chairman. So younger day. We are here, my catch on a good John Jinapo. Electricity and the ground come on some mechanism bonibia automaze she health minister what do all your Jimo health well but Jimo 100% yeah because but 20 now be not to pass or massa yeah for you want to be opposition you be come and you will be a fine
head minister also regional minister regional chairman for be kwano ho a onya adade mo ntie wan anu de the way oh yeah nzama bi no
and the chairman ma
kwano ho a yanka kwa bi o de yeah me regional chairman no me chairman yes for regional chairman do Ghana one budget on clear
one chairman ceasefire one issues on board na yanko enim say it's on the entertainment talking
communication no man you flow but I do health on the
I had
no that Akando is doing well but
maybe say no approach
maybe sometimes approach
my mother approach me.
Champion. He's doing well generally. But I can fear them on
problem. Champion. It's okay. It's okay. It's me mama kwaba. Bibi abogore. Che at least obi akasa no say. Che my me so niko we ko
niko could you rather be make a topic so me da me pe board do whether me program am be am the board example no with that ball me would the metra Ghana empire
me say me DSTV Liverpool ntin ma me je
because sometimes every one baba compact that ball be on Nigeria the plus you can thank you once me there any feno compact or there feno dey ko che wo
on dey ko she 2
this all top up na dey ko and you think
Nigeria compact to me dey share champions
na Nigeria for
yes
okay chuku dey you see sir nti ma konyo yembra enim na yenko topics no so yenhwe owura Martin Pebu on a office of the special prosecutor ma call so and okopie mu na ade a grip no amoka sensem bia waka with no evidence on for evidence number until trabe 5 hours answer release no I didn't send bebre aba man bail we chese no more je eniama bi charities be between man be or then sase bi eti wa menya ntie send the kra no MC team no special prosecutor office on one no call say ko resa ansase say edi mu ne nsensem Martin Pebu nsem kojo
kin mi da se nfa ko nyen so sa ncheti for na hwefo ba bi entwa ye kito bia na mo de akyɛ wai ye twa sa news e bia be kia mo mo gina kyem na mbe hu uni bibi bo dan na duro no ene adwuma we tim ni de we ni abere pese Ghana no uni sa ga ye Martin Pebu ni we asemu enyo no OSP bo mi OSP no mo uni baby mi gina me say enyo no personal mpo office na nkasa na eso mampani ene e de parliament na sa clear office ni fio na kwa mu da because office ni se bi enya do emfaso bia anche de ni so ska ko ho no ye hu mfaso ni enya otumase enu di o ha gine keke ene woto no case bia ye papa bia ye NPP case bia se etmi emia obi bia bo so no diamika no ni nsa kwakosum woni nsa kan obi anko obi wote won saa ne bepon etmi ni office ni say da bia me ne nya dwene ba kokra so da so mboti office o ba do get so mampani aye am ya clear office ni kwa me fi am ye ni OSP bia o ba bia bi no me
what dream no person scrap and
oh yes scrap office if you
na say penny or down no
na penny ni issue unim bibi penny mu na oda no no de ono de say NPP for besum Ghana for dua what must say na obi a oda institution no me mother reason on dia omo besu o lawyer unu sa no obo ne homodin eno de no doubt but obi a wo art mu ya wo say sasembi ba na opo kokochi obi a you tie me eso make sure so trade come out court na court ma warrant and kokochi ni pako anasa say emergency a kokochi ni pa no a wo ba picture come court before 2 weeks you tie me unu so kokochi si adapa no wanchwa kokoma court okoko ne won ko eko ne dem kokota eko se scanning ade no wo ba unu so transfer ma 2 weeks ni twam asa mo twade akọ court okọ ne court ka chense time nka se wo twade ba na atwam it is afa ne nyema koma no it was be no to ne de wo didi na adwene and only NDC for ne Ghana for because NPP vote is more agent bakwa wo jam system no o da to team wo ye adwuma de
according to that consul kasama OSP say no conduct be active or active towards security personnel be or more ne mpanifo bi a no mo bisa na sem no na enye nti ni na aka ho bi na ma sansem ni na basa
and
according to Martin Pom no say military officer bi o act as say police personnel ho onyi ya no kakra no full center ho the military officer crowd o ye den office ho ti say edwuma na o ye na police for edwuma
the military officer and the question so ko bisa no
yo ko enim
ana so investigation no me no kan bi ana what man so am school what man say my friends be bisa na no asem a na bibia ono obi ano beka ene obi ana kwa ofa so kasa na me di American say Martin Pebu no so no de say ka chen so nansan kasa dodo
Martin Pebu kasa
ye won kan mo ye mo
bonjin di say nansan okodwane apostle Abraham Lincoln ya omuko circle way
enu faso be enfaso be ana wozo emi nyom de hadi pa ye dede what o mampani no ora timza no kan wana ne bo ana no kan se no kan ho
so no kasete se no so yen scrap sa office no te bia no so kan ho bi na ema OSP
kan ho na mo te sa ni mo ko twa ni ema nyina mo ko de bai mo de ko ya na anu mo de taje no de auditor no kan e ka chemza ni ema ko na dudu ni na information zo nya ebola sanko for auditor ka ho lawyer ka ho journalist ka ho ye o mampani transfer pekemo etimodi kro no now we are lawyer and the guy who na esiko ko defend here as a lawyer and
the cases
now say be a baller now say be a baller na mo ko e etimi sa asem wonu be be Ghana du akira for my day me ya wo bra of Kenya so ye mu mutu ba de sima ba wono mu a what man say ye mfuo ni enti drug greek so na nkeni age kanu na ese kenu and that you kaba can say discuss one some nge Martin Pebu akọ ni alo kenu we omo personal goals we no mo settle no what man say e dey natural ni obusa question ya ni ko shey mu anai ma ni trans say ba
omo arresting but make say detention ya dey change law can say na ko to say
waste of time and omo ha Ghana for keke and say newspaper nyina egum e dey say bi yado at papa bi ni enya fa so bi
say because issue
for we have to work
I say it
and for so ni so sa niema no mo woni so ni me no mo toto mane mo na me ni hu ba bia say Dr. Krampo Yaria no 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 hwe no
ebi wo susu say bia Pebu Otobo OSP no so counting
OSP so bia your body na make say
say ma waka no
na make say so obi
abo mu kwa edu
so obi abo kwa edu na nke se bia nya do enye papa say we report into another quarters enye wa ho one hospital doctor no hwe no yare da
che omo refer mo transfer no ko BNI ana NIB say
enti at the beginning one of friend obi say bisa na no asem or friend for what
no since me waka no evidence
no pay. Now, as a Moses, Sabians and Fumbo. Yes, Sabian said, will be a commercial, but never takes the there be your different area between the alcohol. Now, the economy will be some evidence. Says, I will never throw no what you are not, what you are no. But you're not a friend of Pacron. No one said me say no Casimitia, no a friend, no, my friend, no, but no, you say Becano. And then Cofano Shamasino, me didn't know me. Minimum didn't know the ones I'm fair, a PR no, once about Wakasa, Akoban boss. So by no soldier for Casaro of Nada, the whole military zone. So when you're military zone, what must say? Into us or Casa or no, going in there, or no boss lady. So the question is a home crowd first case in the corner. Me will be put that. So suffer no son Huntinia. Sarkes when you can put your hair who 5 minutes, but don't do any bomb. Or Montpellier may panic your minister city. One will Nekumasico on the Hanam, a Madam Kama. And Yano or American one penny, the share no number. Come on, young man power. Was up about 45 years. Emishano. Very nice, rough. And there was a confidence was, hey, Monsieur, to me, a year papa.
No one knows it to me, power.
Just a body in the class system. No company those in Yansan team. They don't know no Casahono. The quantity the onsen many you. But I can't make a chance. Who be Nipabia and only Anika some of the strikers on me selfish. One your selfish, I unya by Barondo Unyabido. And I go King Unyabi. There be a system, there be a kind because the way there be assist normal. One man penny free by Tamaleko Bolia. We had the upper express road. That's a honor so better so express in combat in a 2 oh, Nina can. Oh, Master Mamma, winning. Now I'm called Bolly, my court twice at Wasso. With it, Tamaleko Bolia, big push at home. Other one be the coy, with Tamaleko Bolly in the account. One the come on cost starting fuel. One cost starting being few on Mansania started before the neighbor could trim. Yo. Bolly frozen here the papa. Won't go in the Chrome quite. What I say? I could find the bar near seeing in an animal Chebi. Anya crowd against our we do Chebin Mania J. And I'm told you do Chebin as what in September, as a Kusia chat 20. We do come on, we have wife, we have Bibia, we have wife, will chrome, we have data. Man, pay Benny. It was a silly quine. Oh, Miss Eka big pushing, only can push you. Only 3 years, pushing down. Yeah, resetting. Now resetting, winning. Chairman, and none of my coalition back on Chamber, a coalition back when Luciano. You Luciano. You see market, and I could see you Kumasi. You are not going to attack Radi. You are just water region in Northern region. No, be before Monto. Miso bodama bofifie bi pushing finifie one family
pardon for mo ye dwuma na kama ba womia esa walugu ne in rural wale kwan sika $28 million
wako election tell me 0
kama yenti Martin Pebu OSP
yo onia meda say Martin Pebu na OSP omo asemede me akamenko a no say you waste your energy because in there your former Minister of Finance on the baby OSP to mention no but Martin Kpebu on 90 ye eba oho say also baby son in Sam you are not investigating him. He's not under any investigation. Now on Nante call say bisa nenum asem. Not because he's under any investigation. Usi there na ochenetum. Usi there na o detain no whether you detain whether you dey ni nyina sebe enkwose asem. Onimi echia onko hwehwe your friend is saying of Kenofodata no chinem fanem bragana. And I agree with my brother say OSP office no since you had the Enfasubia Niso, since what is office and infant for Subia and by. Since what is office and infant for Subia and from Brea Ghana. A Kankua also acquire then or disrespect that no, yeah, soldier for OSP office, soldier for in Yadewo. Intino, no Mugabi, Numaka say, or Nama, soldier for a guide and a coban and if you know, a yampa. Because yes sir OSP office soldier ni there Martin Babu Bonko or had this soldier in Panke, because Hono Aya Barras, Aya Camp, Aya Barras, and Aya War Zone. Koya de papa nemfa ye chichin kofu nko tuma onye na wuda unna mo na sabe nko se asem na asem hunu na wudi e wo man mu we ne sentia ye tis office na I remember papa we resign na wo pa no I remember pa say current o man pain e be tro wo ni Facebook na ni Twitter e ka se oni ma brand no no ni say wo yo be a man of integrity obetumi aye adwuma no but we di o ma pen sa time no na kakra na unnim no na unnim ni ye seriously we go ani ma say because ye nim say o ma pen sa John Dramani Mahama or power be anasa wo before be bo bi na ba so be ka bi na asam no nim ni ani ba no betumi aye but your friend is saying OSP we dey No. Ombo. To be honest, Ombo. Never be brave or my was a way. What are you doing about it? In that brother Oralia, and 1 year was a OSP or your way to my no Obia, Waka because of or your critics. They be all can once a mintino, then what about office or and obey and be kakra. To say nanado or chile also watch it be kakra with why into no OSP office was watching a be kakra. Into no betcha Martin Pebu be kakra ewo ho. Yebesre. That is not the reason now what is our office no. Ghanaians were all yearning and was in a singing say was say yes separate attorney general and the chief justice office. Any na nanke o say na do dan kwa Akufo-Addo okoye na why no also all the special prosecutor office. It is a beya yes scrap way na justice office no yenti eno from the attorney general office. I think that one will be meaningful. It will be sensible than a OSP office. Into to me they on Martin Pebu was na whatever we will say ever. Made is emphasubi in this so. Nia ye here say on ye so be make sure say. When I was say watch when what you Ghana scour one chain. When ya sounds to the way I consa woman no. On yes say Jumano. Martin Pebu on the bonnet. I said no kind so on him say yeah no kwara. Then rise up and do the right thing. That is simple. Martin Pebu wake kansam. On him say yeah no kwara. Rise up. Prove us wrong. Prove Ghanaians wrong. No, be able to say, indeed. OSP office, I was saying them for sober until you are proving us wrong. But you all ye and they will be able to criticize beyond your opportunity. You call him a OSP office. Santina, what didn't see war. Oman pay best budget na edo kosa office no. Infasu ni so amavu nya hospital, amavu nya classrooms. Schools be a home pono when you kunja otina so say your friends and the budget no what the tom kunja do course our schools now. I think say to be meaningful mbofra won fail it say wo fail was in mu wo benya asumja tina kunja so esua de into one scrap na one first ask no nchena emfa nko baby papa na ne ya kosi de ene mfa so bi eni so
medase papa inti chairman Mubarak Watara Muhammad ono na yetene nka no ono aso na head of communication Metro Mass Transit abim friend ko for ba se ho na kodwo so akodwa ma sambra ho na ye hwe 2025 wasi result any government reactions make us say o man penin da wakasa na seminar na say wakatre minister of education Obra Haruna Drusu say omonhwe no mon study examiners reporter by fan 2025 wasi no ho because ensweni nkwala ne ntwa no mu kwan ombebo nkwala ne feli na e say yede boy na no na yede bo the previous government was edru baby no ye say 400 million Ghana cedis e de koto pasco ne ade de man kwala so omonhwe so no mon fan training ma we but afi no e say ye reset Ghana ne ma sesan ye no kwala no ntumi ntwa anya hwe ha adwene kodo me yenti o
Mr. Fakwenye so initiative for the Ashafobia. Can you maybe a druze or man be a bit me to Mpoma? Nijna, Monsieur Ponso, said ya Munipa, don't bit my to Niama, and one bit my mind anymore. And this BBC results about better bontino and she ya. Now be any be bree. No say SCA cassette ya results where Abbas is saying now. Medium say a 50 Kwame Nkrumah peso. Umpe do be a classroom be so many partner if you bring be 5 and 6 o me ade and I bring be mo modern what you say yet to crow we mu and the first thing na West African examination na tire ba ko so kai e ye dey ko fa ba se nko be market dey since COVID-19 you can move baby and they say dey be market ade and you twi hu fi mu edu ho na e call na nim kakra bi na yese wo so fa na of deck na once a year once a year of deck it you can say because minimum Colombia woman mu ade patch previous nkola no so we now fail this one no deck one we register almost 1,500 Ghana cedis sa results are by once and make you ya kan ya eblemu nkola no eblemu nkola ba minimum Colombia mo bench obi mpo mo university but mu nyina ya fail wo mu total fully ama mu nyina ho akokam and you see obi mu de o mu de mpo de ye twam no back ni mo ka so mu twire bi so mo mo twire wo mu wie pepepe January February mo sa register bi mo sa twire and close no mo ye and if ni padu boy fail wo mo eso mu nyina reseti ebiem if 1,005 akola bia multiply by akola na fail wo mo no etinu Mrs. Me and near my Mrs. check it and my head say yem fairly do na oh me ba oh I don't remember when come on say e bi ma failure abekura minimum schools bia wo mo twere akwa x so mo pe o mo kola no results wo mo twere no mo pa mu enu o mark we no pe on pe mo hwe because enkola ni mo ade che results o mo dia ama mo yes me pe ba kola bi da kola bi yeah minimum school be out money the teachers now actually come follow up omo so mo pe omo so mo tini ma bia se wo nkola na mo kokko tire no omo ya even akola ba miensa na nan omo tire the previous ones they tire mu bi omo nya 12 ni ade e dey we na mo afi mo bi ye no that is ba questions na ba ye no enya questions na no odi a e bu nkola ni so
anche be akola na we
the marking scheme no in terms of mo pe no so I bo achi bi ya pese ehwe sam pass o movement man twa na ni ese egu kwa ebe fa so
omo papers
no what
ya da atoto
wuti wunu say
omo pese mo che say examiners na incompetent
ya nka so mo
yes sa dia na say omo marking na marking yi ana make choose
ya
so kan sa dia
na so mo choose no do essay no mo do essay you for some 10,000 and you have fairly 8,000 and so be outside research na obi a register 1,500
who feel say timpo bi na tire kire mo de
I'm telling you if you know ana mampani ka mampani de na dream do papa was the same teachers no and I'm excited and I'm passing that the same teachers in that so mo pension the same questions na ya missing kakra and I'm kokotwe and there be na changes kakra can ba within your time in kwa the changes in by me say before ya da unim minimum namfufo bi am call law school and the time and this for me afeli
but I know the
oh that me ba me nka yo example na make minimum this for me o mu fail here and the for me no so mo bon pa o mu nyina be lawyers na say we people come bro for na so there be we nya law nya bro as within the time no o mu nyina e pass here it o mo mark exams no mimi simi wo bi ka form se mark o mo mark yam o munim research no advantage wom ya bo ebeboa sika de ba etiam o
patenti ekojo do you think say would the woman she be di agro say nipa na twa na me sheda e fele no eh o ka kwesa na wo pesa o check nipa bia no exam na bia no obeka say nipa na twa ntinchinchina ni fele na waba research
until na what we ma ba ye no ma di akire pa ma hwehwe mpa ma kwa schools ni be sa
kwa fele na wo tiasia na be no na fele na
no me be get am fele but onu po be no kwa school nipa ba phobia omu ni ma dia ma ne bro so my sister results be the man and tally with the boys no what was it?
Ante bia sada mo mu hwe no mo.
Nya no kre.
Yes, na yebu omo examiners na nim.
And also yes, I saw that bia because of the member, you say akola di for. It may be a beka bia akola di for. When one market, we see the obehu, yes, they say they go back to West Africa. Examination next year behu the results. We back as a kojo kan.
Hey, say ma Ghana.
Me say Ghana from market day. Omo to say Ghana referee so we did has and go matches no. Ball body pictures so
obehu say sikasha ne so.
Results him. Wasn't quite the cotobi, or board bottom the everybody. As well as what I said was him. Or cotoball bonnechi was a penalty. And your man young kwan or moji. As well also a call referee calls you. And Timang Uncle from Markiano. And your money 100%. And Colana do one be so bomb home or day. You are never take commentary none and no. They were young Lambassi and manual air time book. Your man, young uncle Abonio. If it young uncle Abonia no Cosco and no moshi. Yedim pedinphobia ne omodi be 8 years omo shifi school mo up to ne yedim pedinphobia bonne niam even ba sibra omo boy ya fiom kola abem yedim pedinphobia mo bagi o man so a na lesbian no mo ye bi ebi be confirm ye ana me boa etinye ne kola ne kwa na kola bonne ene wiase na abie ene bie na aba bo first bi akọ school ko bo sachos bo bia na nche bi be na kola kwa na dress e different and Colanzi compete with system uniform
now a supporter crowd won't shape it. Remember the air can
supporter. Now we shape it. Example, maybe I don't check. Many a man can see me. But I collect one vaccination. Sing that in put an we ain't been push it. But in the BBA or the singing article. And in Diana Ba, I'm not doing the Benzobi. But yeah, the Colani photo abano. Ninkas Colani are to extend. I think you blame one for furniture examination of Massimo. When so see maybe okay medase kojo o submission mami ti o chairman Mubarak
yo me da say school wasi ya watro ya pina mo efeli but one thing they say what's English and maths na the core subjects ni bi na we feeling general feeling because sure pass no one hour pass here obetumi akọ university almost 60 something %.
Yes.
So in your order bad. But me near hamene say
electives.
Adentina nde MPP fuwenya ano. Na wo pese wo di blame no. Wade ma eye honorable Aruna Ediso na is Ezen John Dramani.
And the MPP
because so what dream pan what adisuanse I don't think say any MPP communicator a bit shameful so we kwakotena TV and radio so I can say one for blame them for ma your friend is saying NDC abai John Dramani Mahama na Minister of Education a bit shameful a ban sana na wombu Ghana for minjin this abofra no ni school or started first year no or started under John Mama na or end na or tro no was in under John Dramani baby. I don't think say from your friend is saying our friend no call from Trempo dabai. Owura SS3 SHS3 be in your 1 year no dey akotro. Are you telling me say under John Dramani man less than 1 year no na o say osua bibia na odoko ya wan kopase ana. When refi say edu mrebi what's the for sika for top pass papers in for man bofra asa sika no ebetumi esi school adan ebetumi esi hospitals ebetumi etunsu ama community bi a woni so nde e wo man Ghana but what the top pass papers what the top say won fan yeden inna ye wo man mu awufo etumi kotua sika se we no eye for we se miza what the benya apo e di abama mbofra no because under MPP government no person worker say free SHS in the double track na wo ye no oh eye good e man mbofra wa then we pass it in those things were there we bribing vigilators and John Dramani Mahama also no. See ye be say young masua no edi mu a ni ambofra ni sua no eye papa e wo school wa mu manage security e wo vigilation no eye tight in the amofra be 10 our classroom when you now say English na what when you now one questions different. This is what happened. When you now want questions different. Say a sense na what as will be any code, as will be any question. Into when control no fancy we say yeah so natural. This is the kind of education system John Draman Mama na Aruna this what they by system who say mbofrani indeed wo pass ya ye ni na professor bi wo university ka say mbofrani bebre a wo ba university no emu be 80% de wo ya kun ye ni ha ya and the MPP government is here
and so pass ko e dey na mu pass e
but wo pass ko no what the university wo ya wura
wo am na mark ye
yeah, the same way you find the woman. It's in Dano. In Dano. 1 year marking you. Send a bear above friend or to be passing. No to university. Oh, you say, whoa, and the papa no cost you. You're changing that. Let me tell you. You're changing the panel marking. Yet the crow way, Nandis by and a woman midwife for more association. Lead the senior the adina kabom see near bar we betwe manso and so bia bi so e ma doctor mu secretary to be ka say mo dem be to hospital e kwa dem be fa so doctor bia ka say pa ne boni no be wo what ma say it team bi e na settle mo na no mu yizom enkrofo mo mark e ku bi say enkrofo no mo ko fie no o mo sa na o ma sa transit see emu abai na nimu ase the first time I by the first exam what ma say it a dream pempenso bi say do say ya it's better omo marking at the same go back to West Africa na say here na tie dia ya nye change say ya change omo it be na ko nyama bebre esi omo say education system na say na work so now bringing it back e won need the demo no is going to take some time. And I think it's good. What is going on? Me, I see it's good because to me, tam and the MPP, to me, Tammy, your friend is saying, PT for one dues. What do you say? Whoa, when you are from Mambo Frano, this all happened.
I am saying 400 million now.
And I mean, 400 million for past people. What do you the PTA dues? What do you say when you are poor in Fambre school, Bofra? Now all that thing is not happening again. Abofrano all school ni na call him say ni senior wo ba we apo intino adisuanu onsia baba uko social media wo ga kire say wo one school intino awarofo mba no wo ye ready wo no we ebe yata so wo kunum wo so inti say sa mentality no na odi we school odi ba are you going to pass your exams now you are odi ba to your friend say every say ba na Raman mama ba youngest na wakanda ba sam unya youngest yes wakasa sam no we school da we last paper wo yes a video na dey to so ask them results ben na wadi be bra wa awfo results ben na wadi be bra wa awfo ya wo na we university and there was wo be wo national services me catch raw me na kojo when you meet some of them now no interact oh yes oh yeah over 40 to 50 now what do we bra here and you share why you say we am person we University of Ghana we KUS we UCC ana because say we na be na what pass away no what do one call universities because your pass when no one can say na po oyade your pass when no one can say educhum oyade that is not the education we are coming to build now. We are resetting and we reset everything, including WASI examination. So when we are resetting now, I will be a man and break because Adisiano, woman, into making sure say you invest of Oba, no only Adisia Papa, no Adisia Papa. No one from by social media. No one controls them because of upon Anthony. They say, "Oh, because I buy no in the 1 year. I buy no 1 year. Let's make sure say Bofrano. You bet you want to waste your day. Now go. You are me back 11 years. Otini na nanche Wakanda. Oko your friend is saying, military schools, the basic schools, even. Also higher discipline. 37 and other Flagstaff House. Abofra no ba ni na nu ono a business woman me so me cross we small do bra kwa abofra ofi a crossing poor ba no ye best because obetro entrance exams from BS2 class 2 or class 3 entrance exams no nkranfo mbofra nyina wo hia na abofra no top here wow na abofra do baby class 4 or class 5 no na disua no
etiquette
class 5 or class 6 student by 50 no baby okodi no miss inya me bay ni now me you know me do now boarding school e Kaswa and he's performing the same classroom, the same student, you know. Baby, I know one way to help us by 15. Actually, say, whoa, what the way you call about
why not?
So, I won't free. My entrance, say, whoa, I'll put me to phone, Edema, Mbofra, Wakotra Wasi, Wakotra BC. Say, whoa, what to Android phone, what to iPhone, the Amano sender was sending WhatsApp, upon the banner was sending now. Wait, me, I then. So, this mentality in the shop of Fremua, our friend on Siade. Or education in here, or 12 was here, or fairly English math and science. Into me, baby, no, Kojo. Yo bia na waka say because of Novdek intino won ko tues kamobi mbofra ni pina na agufado ode ne boni e dia hye mbofra na adwo na wo mo abo
Mara say my chairman Watara Bobura
you try the once you try the other me
me ba try motina me don't wanna say me don't
pre-bargain what is say agada akoma pre-bargain ade no ba bagie emra fu say obi di be say twam straight
kojo me da say me pa cho nyame ya doma e chen Bermuda Games e be koso McDowntown Park e wo Jokers e chi wo Labadi nti o chen tunsa afro bibia kick off time here 10 a.m. nti chen mumbra na mumbe boy team XYZ 3P Garlic Medimosis ni X natural mineral water na njevia mema ngwan ba ne ya hin Emani ekete.
But I'm sure.
Hineba na bombo 6. Oh, a schema pa. DM.
Michelle cameraman zino mo mo. When my cameraman zino one number board.
No, job we had no zo.
This is another radio station.
This is
I'm set team for Montidia and Zembezi.
And then I make catch 3P ne Medimosis no. Esa chairman now mama munko. Last time I no be kobo no ko for second division 4. Na mo is a first half ya bo 1-1. Second half no show mukogu mu.
And I'm game dika.
Ehwe man. Echena fan games. Eti we nya dia mama mo work esembra. Made me town pa mo first for second mo ba pe metwe me ho ape coach bia yes commentary so na me fi takrade ba man gram am say boom name mo ma yenye ni say fan games sa na ti na e channel line up I wo fan games no man so mo ye bi ma me poma mo ne mema ne bobo no say man so lime and spoon race e be koso ejumaku bia the 2 reps na beba sa so na sack race no so 1 rep beba each na ye huri and sana pick the cups and bottles no so 1 rep from every companies no sa so na penalty shootout bekoso CEOs no ejumaku no amoda down no so ebebo penalties come up and sana football match no so any 30 minutes per match bianche 15 and ye betumi abo enti the etino no ochimo biambra wodo me wodo Mugabe wodo Heneba wodo Ajemai wodo XYZ Power FM XYZ radio XYZ TV Mumbejayin Magdan Town Park ho Jokers ho Jokers chi ho pe wala badi oze badin kan ho jo ntila chi ho pe Mumbejayin na kick off time near 10 enti 10 dey na medidi so bia etumi Mumbejayin na yindi agro no fe Medimosis so chena afofida farmers holiday enti branches ni na no ade a obey free portrait screening wo hop and apa 8 adenta Kumase mecheda adenta ne police barrier ho new site ho ubehu mo ho ministries Accra AESL building Sasuna J Kojo omoben Ashama ansana Kumase Heman Kokobin Santaso Obuase Kwan so betumi afre doctor with 0244 068447 Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Dr. Akusia Eduya ohene yere osese hepatitis A, B, C, D and E and fatty liver, sciatica, prostate wonsana wona na pain also na component how fibroid ni na no ba ometumi abo Kumase branch no Feyase Lake Bosomtwe opposite Jesbro filling station hobi hu ho Accra branch ne kwa Benya Pokuasi ACP road ansana Takrade branch no Anaji estate adjacent Anaji MA primary school from 0244 544422 and 0200 3838 31 me pacho Divine Hope Herbal Center omo no de edre friend no otwea herbal powder e de abadwaman so me pacho bema no ba osisi ya kuku na how bema wayembre wo mpem libido no form stroke na how me pacho also na say obu nsa ho hunu ye ma no me kanfo otwea herbal powder e de ama otwea herbal powder unya insuo de one more time insuo hia ayehye bebre na wodi biguma unu ma wabon guma you are good to go Kofodia from Gapson Pharmacy Dini Mededo South na Cap Herbal Sunyani House of Drugs Washamai Boachi and so Cape Coast Nana Boachi Herbal Watema and Sana PK Gumbela also Tamale 0591 565557 and 0550 539 037 na BBN to Konkan X natural mineral water super panini pebina bobo oba ye depot fia ha ye Osua Brebrese Street ubi so be XYZ o metro ba uncle Robert wo hodudu bi openo wonse betumi aka say 350 500 na 750 says ya so sachet abim enti no so oba wonsa beken bi ubetumi afa factory na car no so abrobi was 0596273546 0596273547 na BBA tumi akonkan Echina holiday when we adofum pie when you bushian pie kakra ye real festive season when you adofum pie when you bushian pie kakra na mon change sense environment no mon fa mon intre Safari Valley Eco Resort Safari Valley Eco Resort wo wudru ha when ni beji ye papa na ni necessary West Africa ha wo Okre district Eastern region meche dewu ho no obi hu mo wudru environment ni na me pa cho bebre wildlife and wahro eta hu mo TV so enyamo se bobi anaja tebi obechi wo no obi hu giraffe ne antelope mo ne ade kama pa na 4-star forest lodge resort necessary ni West Africa ha so na me pacho bebre omo run 24-hour service into as a guest wudru ha ye be hwe surrounding medical akasa obi hu zebra mo ne ade wutumi gina mboa no ho kra na omo twam foni kama pa me pacho omo be ma world class accommodation obi nya private swimming pool umpe we no pedien bebi obetena mframa pa be fa ho ene ma bebre na na ekoso ho me pacho so ope continental dishes and also local dishes obi nya bi na wedi wo ho kama pa sa so na me pacho bebre would we need trim was Safari Valley Eco Resort so ma ebra draining ti ase so no say medical ka say wo betumi I cycling wo be fa bicycle ne cycling na what so no ko horseback riding horses wo ha what so the name fishing on man-made lake ya said down ya man-made me can say canal ho ensuo ne ma sisimbo ntabu no bom na what so wona wo ko no sa so na wo mo 4-hole golf wo ho no so obetumi atase no nam so sa ho de se wani ense de katro tibo wani akonhoma ne kopi mo Safari Valley Eco Resort wo na woni baji papa 0596 9143 94 0596 9143 for reservation na druho na woni baji ye papa yes sign abakojo embreka kraba no aka no ye gallant farmers no they deserve to be rewarded nti ochina nyame adma be reward o mo kama pa it's a various district the whole Ghana enkra hade Accra Metro me wo kan quiz out nti ye ina na ye Accra Metro nti the forecourt of Accra Metropolitan Assembly ochina mama ye ina ye nhia ho mayor papa Accra mayor honorable Michael Nikpapo Alote odi enim kan na che best farmers o mo Accra Metro ya bo ma boso mi say various district ni assembly ye ne die Ghana baby obi ye ne die na national one because we host for stadium Volta regional capital teacher Mr President bedru ho honorable minister o mo in ha power no so ɛbɛɛfɛ na kodu ka sɛ wohwɛ abasobɔden na afi ɛso ani ɛnyɛ mbiribi na ɛm sɛ mbiribi etwam kokora no dwuma bi mu nsane ade na nom kɔbo ɛyɛ serious
paboa ne de ma orienting boot what be that
bi kura me kai say promise bi mu aban etwam koi bi kura dance o mbesi no mo
anye
mo de betu ye na ye ka ho asem sa afi de bibia dem for minister na akasa rekwani to otikwafo ase
no mampanyin so ye
kwani to mo ti ase ye mami nti okojo
wodi mu se
bibi nche
wodi mu se abada da ne de no dudu no reward na ese de mo
obi mo dance na complain
na nse abawe ba ye ene oba betuatua obi ni de bo se ene wa woni mu no okunkom erikopoku wotumaze oni de men
president a farmer minister a farmer
president onfa enya de ketua o
yen health minister enya de say o ye farm so papa
o ni rice we
easy
so papa
tamale XYZ food
enya de ketua o ye ade
2 years ago
machines we go machines we go ni nya de ketua
health minister Sambre Ghana rice why brony
me de mo adwuma kra de me say wonu say word on ba me ma no enye the main one nko ya o mo ka say nya nkoko nkitenkite ni farm kakra o gardens we fear me den wonu say mo nyina mo ko rounds a check o mo mutimi ya mo nyina be mo award enti say nchihye aba we di ato akwa mu no me nya no de
say am obi akondo so be right aye
so we check first mo obi am pebi ko ye mo nyina plan say kwa de nya de me be ben ho bi we are train kwa say ma wo waka ye nya de dia mo dia but say who say do shame now so be
no Western country baby say India say billionaires or more in even US
what must say now me see the Christmas say last 3 months ya ni yenko nkiti yan ma yan kakra wo fie no so simple akoko yen future bibia ina za akoko marketer 350 400 what must say just 3 months we do the 400 no to 100 days in crown or to akoko be 100 and 150 so simple to put there fumbo keke emreche bibia fiska be ba wonsem into your brand ya baba why then so to go traffic light wo Fiesta Royal Hotel anymore na ka be for na so no bi motor bow we have some patch we ko fie na autobus me was out na fie keke abani so obema feed obema bibia wo sa ma nkoko we wi wa feed
nya wi ache
we di nkwa kwa nya de
tem nkoko force bi hwe ba ko time say wrade na we akoko ana
ewu mo bi
Mesa akoko ana pete ana kunkuna Erada.
What must say? It is out to one of the brands and Abawa. That's what you say. Abani Timon Ramana Bose, Akuko no see and well fear the nine. No, you. And I said, I don't fear the local water. What you know could cook and put out the moon to Decake. Now, one of the enemy, maybe a scene so about 4 or 5 months.
Graphic.
No way, I do we. They are here no way. And the man now say, if you try be a difference, what must say? It's a bobby, a brofometer to a body and a bro. What man? It's a bobby bro. We go on the petting in our country. What I am? Yeah, the bro. It's
saying what they did.
Wow, bet me a do fear. Me, or more feed, one more cage, one more baby. I didn't be now what's argument here. That's all non traffic light. We bear man in American. We don't know what PK. Work a handkerchief bear for. We got traffic light. We don't. Wait, a baby will say. A bear can talk we are there. Two by what national was at my food. Go back, go village. Nakra happen here juma ahawu nya baby abe na ko village wo ko bibia opebia district wo komu ade apeso ye bia na bande provide free ama wa chance ama wetima wo wetima baba ye nipa adan aba wari afo bisi bro nya mimi nto akokọ da because dem ye no wo akokọ da ho no ma chezo hwe ni sisi ekura wo che oba wa ahyehe wotuma ze akokọ na ahyehe sei tutu ade na nyebu
akokọ ne mponche na edidi
na no se bro nya ba ko ye anim ye esa bronya de nanyewu
bronya
NDC ba first bronya no ubeke di cemetery
moi
Christmas before this one bakui ba nze we die dem for the saada
me drop aba
dem for the saada
ene ma ekoso ukodwama me kodwam timinim hawa
udu madina market aduane buti se nsuo u de dodwa no
ese we ni ese de kato yembo ntew yenko
yabada
embre
indeed the resetting is really resetting. Into no ye reset or minor tama ye ka say ye be reset Ghana na e binu say brofo no na want you say then you have the men no na want reset na say also cell phone is also reset I just say e was say won you delete bibia now you then
upgrade
but one now one who say won I say won osa una wote wasa na say una wote wasa na say no be person osua wasa no eh there on to mean nsua wo de no photocopy bi anye papa what I say this original intino MBP for one BBI photocopy by Sir John Dramani Mahama is making sure say last weekend me call fie me wife also tell na brother nya obi na ye man brother because brother na ebu nde miss brother dey and the only problem with me oh don't worry oba pampro ma me be office na wa befa now the call intino yada eyo manpain na eye minister ase eyi minua yame adoma eyi kwesida me wa fa pan mpon neba ware neba na friend falila o ware kwesi ada ye no obraman kokọ zongo e is come out of embra topa kin besin ko
long weekend into
yes besin ko jamina yan witness our
na fa na se kese ma chairman Mohammed Watara Mubarak ono no chairman constituency chairman ma esikumo dobin brakwa or sanso head of communication ma Metro Mass Transit ono na yetene kan kojo meyeboa or former youth organizer de ma NPP Ayawaso West Wagon ono so yetene Kapacho, we the Munfan yes, birthday wish be or Munfan fast. Munfan to Sumayana, young wish any pain, answer us, I'm a babomi. And then ye ready there, I'm Pim coming him with their for new 70 a maternal. If ya say wa boating, if ya say wa boating, baby, I will be a Sammy pressure, dear mammy wahano. If ya say wa boating, may God bless your new age with good health, long life, and success. It's so happy birthday. And koma ifia sewa boating. Enti dear tenano. I say okay. Enti yedebesi. Me amidi jumedi ho chiam ye from Nicholas ya usi also. Me mamusi ohinba bo ama benye or the newspaper in a canon ni aba poma chicheku. Yes wamba yebesen share debi. Me mo bibia afisha pa. Emo mo china 10 ye show Magdan Town Park. Bye bye.